As the leader of the Booner Path, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juices pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff Iafrate and Booner. It is Tuesday, November 11th. We are back. Hope everyone's having a good time. And also, that game last night, for anyone who finished it like I did, God bless you.
Did you watch to the hit zero?
I did.
Me too. I had overtime, so I was really hoping that the Packers would force OT plus 750, man.
Yeah,
didn't work out well.
And then I had someone comment. I put out some of our reaction videos from like the fumbles, and someone commented, "You guys just don't like defensive football." And I'm like, I mean, I like a good defensive game. It was more not even. It was just how disgusting the game was. It wasn't necessarily we hated good defense. It was just you had quarterbacks fumbling. You had a bunch of BS happening, guys slipping on the field. It just looked like penalties.
I don't know if it was like great defensive football. It was just like all around. It was just a bad football game.
Yeah.
It's like if it was the Panthers, I'll tell you what, if it was like the Panthers Saints and that exact same game played out the way it did, no one would be like, this is just great defensive football. They'd be like, these two teams suck. That's what it felt
Eagles
like.
Ran for over 100 and something yards, man.
Yeah. It felt like there was just like turnovers in terrible spots, missed throws the whole time. Everything was just so bad. Both sides of the ball for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird one, for sure. I mean, the only touchdown that was scored in that game was Devonta Smith. Was the only touchdown that scored.
Yeah, I mean, I've decided I no longer will take more than 3 touchdown scores in a game, even if I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Josh Jacobs, excuse me. There's 2.
2. Oh yes, Josh Jacobs did score. Yep, but I no longer will. We'll do that. I'm out on it.
Yeah, that was that game. It was absolutely disgusting. But Jay Hart says, how about them Pistons? I mean, we talked about it last night while we were on the watch party.
We essentially did a Pistons watch party as well.
Yeah, because we were live. Duncan Robinson hitting a tray ball, which that was a whole nother debacle last night.
That's just all on you.
Yeah,
man.
It was a tough look for me. Cashing out early on a parlay, and then Duncan Robinson cashing it the next second, to be honest. That's the ironic part. It wasn't like 5 minutes later. It was the next second. But more importantly, Cade joined history. I don't know if it's good history, but he's in history. So we're going to just roll with it. 46 shots? 45 shots?
45 shots. I think he had the most missed shots in NBA history.
45 shots got 46 points. Had 46, 12, and 11. 5 steals, 2 blocks. Only had 2 turnovers. But he was 2-11 from 3, 14 of 45 from the field. And an OT win over the Wizards in which they were down like 13 or something late in the fourth quarter, it felt like. And they scored 40 in the fourth, came back, tied it off a Dennis Jenkins 3-ball. And the rest is kind of history. Back-to-back, Cade Cunningham played 45 minutes. And I will say, was he efficient? No, but he gutted that out, man. Like, they were down Tobias Harris, Asar Thompson, Karis LeVert. I mean,
Isaiah
pretty much all
Stewart.
their depth. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. They had no depth. Dennis Jenkins stepped up, but they were rock. I mean, Javonte Green was starting. Ron Holland was starting. Ron Holland didn't even play well. And then off the bench, it was like Chaz Lanier, Dennis Jenkins. All due respect, Dennis Jenkins, but he played well. It was a rough outing. And then obviously Marcus Sasser and Jay Ivey are still not back. So for Cade, they won, and he put up an insane stat line, just didn't shoot very efficiently. All right, but they won the game in overtime.
Yeah. So, it felt like, though, like Cade needed to do that. It's just, I get like he wasn't shooting well, but like who else is going to take those 45 shots? I don't care if Cade's playing bad. Like, there's no one else I would rather have shooting those shots than Cade Cunningham. I honestly don't care. He could have shot 50 and I would have just been like, all right, cool. Like, we were missing 4 of our top 7 players. So the fact that he was able to make that move, they were able to make the comeback, and Cade was able to just absolutely down the stretch too. I feel like every time we turned the game, or like we were watching the Monday Night Football, I would look over at the basketball game. It's Cade making a play, or it's Dennis Jenkins making a play. It was just one of the two. And then here and there, you had the Duncan Robinson 3 that you missed out on. So
he did have the most missed field goal
of all time. Yeah, I think he might have. I could be wrong. He might have tied it, but either way, it was the most.
He had 31 missed shots. Kobe is second and third with 30 and 28 missed shots in a game. Not shots taken, missed shots.
Oh, so he had the most. He had the most missed.
He had the most missed shots of all time.
Yeah, you got to get them up when guys are down, and you got to win a basketball game. Hey, it takes everything. It takes everything.
But Kobe in those two games, he missed 30 and 28 shots. He's 1-1. Cade 1-0. Therefore,
I don't know.
Kobe lost one of them in overtime to the Celtics and won the other one against the Jazz. So, hey, yeah, you might have missed a shit ton of shots, but they won the ball game. And if you look on most sports books, I think he's right outside the top 5 for MVP right now. I know they have. I mean, Jokic is averaging a triple-double. Obviously Luke is always going to be in that conversation. He was putting up crazy numbers. Victor Wembanyama's up. Giannis obviously is going to be up there.
Do you think there's a world where he can even have a chance to win it?
I think
because there are some dudes right now.
I think for him to win it, I think he's got the best argument, to be honest with you, because of who's around him. I think he has the best argument because everyone on that list has somewhat of a co-star of some sort. Maybe Victor. No, Victor is going to get De'Aaron Fox. Jokic has Jamal Murray. Giannis. I mean, Giannis, I guess, he's just a one-man show, I guess, which is fair. But I think he has a good argument. If the Pistons win, I think they'd have to win 50 games, though. That's the only thing. They'd have to win 50-something games, maybe clear the 50 mark. And if he averages 37 and 11 and they win that many games, dude, give him MVP. I mean, he's averaging 28. What is he averaging right now? 28. Let me see.
I got it right here. I already got it up. 28, 9.9, and 5.4.
See, I mean, he's second in the league in assists, 9th in points. If he can get to top 5 in points, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just more so you got SGA averaging 33, Giannis averaging 33, 11, or 33, 12, and 6. It just feels tough. Who does Giannis really have, honestly, around him?
No, it's the Giannis show. I mean,
so I do think it's just tougher because you have guys averaging 30 plus and getting 11 rebounds and 8 assists. So it will be tough. The way I think he does it is they have to win they have to be first in the NBA in game wins. You have to have the best record in the NBA and be who helped do that? That's Cade Cunningham. That's and right now they have the second best record. So there's a chance that if they keep this pace up and he's playing the way he is, I would say that he's in that conversation. But there are guys right now. MVP is tough, man. I mean, think about Luka. This guy Luka's averaged 35 a game, 35, 10, and 10, and didn't even win MVP. So it's not it's an award where in Detroit, yeah, I think it's a lot of people are hashtag Cade for MVP. Yeah, it's cool in Detroit. But realistically, around the National Basketball Association, it's not as easy as just the fan base being "Hey, Cade's going to be the MVP." It's tough, man. There's been players that have put up insane numbers that do not win it,
and it's a big deal because no player's ever won MVP on the as a Piston, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, it's even harder then.
Probably. So MVP, not Finals MVP, of course, but that's different. But MVP of the National Basketball Association, I don't think anyone's done in a Pistons uniform, not that I can remember.
Yeah.
So if that's probably why it would be super significant. But I'm with you on that. He'd have to average 37 and 10 and have the number 1 seed basically. And then
I love the fact the fans though are pushing for it. I love that.
Yeah, I think he's I looked at the sports books earlier. It was the top 5 guys and then a drop off. And Cade's the first guy at the drop off. He's plus 3,000. And then
and the one right above him was Wemby.
Wemby, which
if I remember correctly,
26, 12, 4 blocks or whatever.
It's insane, dude.
He's going crazy too. Which he might win 1,000 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
He's already got snubbed for one, hasn't he? He already got snubbed once.
I think because he got hurt. I think the only reason he won't ever win is because he's hurt. I think he probably will be the favorite every single year. It's going to be a point where you just can't give him the award. He's such a
It's like LeBron with the MVP award. It's like the longest. It's just like he should win it every year. Like LeBron should have like 10 MVP awards.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like you can't keep giving it. It's like the voter fatigue.
Yeah.
There was a stretch where Jokic could have won like 5 straight. And they just gave him 2 he got. And they were like, all right, dude.
Well, Jokic should have like 4 already. And they like refused to give it to him. And there's been like NBA players like that have came out that like were in the conversation. And they're like, we don't understand why he didn't win. It's insane. It's like the NFL. It's like a narrative award to a point, right?
It is. Oh, for sure. Big markets, I think, benefit from it as well. I mean, you get a nod. Like Luka right now, he's missed some games because of injury, but if he balls out in LA, dude, like they're gonna give him some love.
Like, sure. Dude, last year this guy Jokic averaged 30, 12, and 10. How do you not give that? If you average 30, 12, and 10, how do you not win an MVP?
Yeah.
And they gave it to SGA because he was just on the best team, and they were like, "Oh, we just got to give it to someone else." And it's like, no, you don't. Like this guy is absolutely insane. I think he averaged more. Hold on, NBA MVP. When did he win it before?
Like 20.
Did he win it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2020 something, like early 2020s. I don't
so
know.
In 2024 he won it, averaging 26, 12, and 9. So 26, 12, and 9. The very next year, he went from 26 points per game to 30, stayed at 12 rebounds, and went from 9 assists to 10 assists. He got better, and they didn't give it to him, and he just came off winning it.
Yeah, hit it. Yeah, like AG's Burner said, had his best season ever.
Yeah, and they just were like, yeah, he just doesn't. We've given it to him too many times. Like, no, dude, let him go back to back to back, or whatever it was.
It's like when Russ won the MVP award, and they were like the 6th seed. Usually, you don't see that happen too much, but
it's because it was first ever triple double.
Yeah, exactly. So it was the first since Oscar Robinson. It was a big deal. Now Jokic is doing it every year, so it's like, all right. Now the speed of the game, the pace of the game. Now you can average a triple double. I mean,
what?
It's becoming more common. It's more common now. Dude, like you look at the points being put up. We just talked about Tyrese Maxey averaging 33. I mean, back in the day, if you averaged 30, it was like this guy, like Kobe did it one year, LeBron did it one year. I mean, there's guys that do it. Michael did it a couple years, like actually a handful of years. But you're like, these guys can score. Now it's like, like Tyrese is giving you 30 something. It's like, all right. It's just,
dude. I mean, you have Grayson Allen putting 40 up last night.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It's just the pace of the game is different. I mean, to be fair though, he did hit 10 threes, which really helps.
Which is not easy to do.
Yeah, no.
But it's just the skill. It's the skill of the players. I don't want to take anything away. Just talent of the players has increased, and the pace has increased. So if you have more talented players and more possessions, more points, more stats. That's how it is.
Either way, bottom line, Jokic should have 3 MVPs.
Yeah,
right now.
bottom line, yeah. And then Cade is
going
to have
4. Sorry, he should have 4.
Cade's going to have to average 38 and 11 and have the number 1 seed for even to be considered. So I don't know how that. I mean, just keep taking 45 shots. Deontay Moore, appreciate the $2, my friend. Thank you for that.
Shout out Deontay, man.
By the way, I saw a trending clip today trying to go at our guy Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was Mike Garofalo who put it out or shared it, like reshared it, which that led to me seeing it. But apparently Daron Payne got suspended. Okay, He got suspended a game for punching Amon-Ra. There's a trending clip of what happened in the sequence right before that Daron Payne punched him in the face. And now people are coming at Amon-Ra, which...
Can we play it?
Yeah, I have it right here. Vikings fans are going at him, like all these fans. The guy's the corniest player in the league. When he got punched in the face, everyone's celebrating like this guy's like the worst guy on earth.
I would like to make a statement.
Because he torches every team. I mean, that's what.
Oh, he does. Yeah. I mean, I don't care if you hate Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is like one of the nicest humans of all time, right? He's like one of the greatest dudes of all time. And 2, he's just really good at football, and he's going to let you know it, which if he's on your football team, you love. So, like, all these people who are talking, like, if you have Amon-Ra on your team, you would not be saying anything right now. And number 3, I would like to make a statement. Can we play the video real quick? I have a statement on the video.
Yeah, here's the clip of the video here. You can see. So Amon-Ra just punched him right there.
That was a little smack. It was just a friendly.
Yeah, it was a little like right here.
They're pushing back and forth. It's not a punch. I feel like it's just more so like a slap, it was like a push to the face. Yeah, which I feel like NFL players do all the time. Anyways, and by the way, my statement on this: Jeff, that's AI. That's not real. Artificial intelligence. Someone made this video. Someone in Washington, after the suspension, created an AI video of Amon-Ra punching him.
And then I
There
saw
was glitching
Jeremy,
and stuff.
It's AI. You can't trust it. You can't trust it. How do we know this ain't it? How do we know this show isn't AI?
How do we know? No one knows.
You know, I saw Jeremy say something that I actually kind of agree with for the most part. Is usually they let players kind of go at it and they kind of split them up. I can't remember Daron Payne's punch. I don't remember what it looked like. I'm assuming it was bad enough to suspend him.
Yeah.
I think that's where they probably draw the line. I don't think they get as upset about like pushing, shoving, but they get upset if you're like a Brian Branch. Obviously, it's a whole nother thing where he, punched him after the game. But I think they let some things slide in the game. They get it's football, it's a physical sport, but yeah, they probably weren't as concerned about the Amon-Ra, or maybe they just missed it. Maybe that too. I don't know, but clearly Daron Payne felt some type of way. I mean, he got smacked in the face, so he's probably pissed.
Yeah, in my thought process too, because obviously, like someone in the chat put, like the ref was looking right at it. Like I get that. There are moments in games. I did see this on Twitter too, of just people being like, "Hey, there are a lot of moments in games where players hit each other in the face mask, push each other, they get in a scuffle, right? Ref steps in the middle. All right, boys, hey, let's break this up, right?" That's what it felt like maybe that ref was doing there. And then obviously it escalated to the next part of was it Daron Payne, was it?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah, of him obviously throwing the punch to Amon-Ra, and he retaliated. And it's just one of those things where, one, in the moment as a ref, again, I'm sure it happens all the time, to where there are these scuffles and they split it up. And there's probably more of those, pushes to the helmets than people notice or think throughout the NFL. And refs just, try to ignore it. Let's without flags, let's separate this and take care of it, right? What have we always learned when growing up in sports? Something that I learned all the time, like the person to retaliate always is the one that gets in trouble or gets caught, right? And I know, I know it's such a like dumb excuse of this situation, but like if you're Daron Payne, like you have to know, like outside of the play of football, okay, if Amon-Ra does that to you, ref doesn't do anything, whatever. If you're him, like hit him during the play, right? Like, and I'm not saying we want cheap shots on Amon-Ra on the line. Like if that's my team and I'm on the Commanders defense, yeah, I'm going to take a cheap shot at him, but during the whistle in between the lines, right? Instead of like the next play after it, seeing Amon-Ra score a touchdown and then see him and I'm going to punch him in the helmet and then get kicked out of the game and then get suspended. It was like, that's not being able to control it. And I get it. Like maybe Amon-Ra is not in the right for doing that, but those scuffles happen all the time in the NFL where refs step in after plays and break them up, move on. And that seemed like that's probably what it was. And Daron Payne just kind of, he didn't let it go.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. I'm not supporting. I mean, I'm not saying what Amon-Ra did was right. I mean, but you're right about it's always the retaliation that gets caught. It's like having
every
siblings.
time.
Your sibling does something, you respond. Your parents catch you. That's how it goes, man. It's just why you have to. Yeah, it's the same thing with Brian. Brian's getting picked on all game. They don't look at any of it. Yep. They don't see Juju hitting him in the back on a blind shot. They don't see that. They just see Brian after the game going up to him and smacking him in the face. I mean, that's probably what they just pay attention to. So, yeah, you see Jared also kind of took a shot at Louis Riddick, too, to go break that one down, Louis. Go break that one down.
That was kind of funny.
I
didn't even, honestly, and this is sometimes how my brain works, I didn't even realize he was taking a shot at Louis Riddick. I heard the quote and everything, and I was just like, oh, maybe he genuinely, like, it just went through my head where I was like, oh, Louis Riddick breaks things like this down. Like, okay, cool. Like, I can't wait to hear it. And then, like, an hour later, I saw the doc tweet something out, and I go, oh, that makes so much more sense. I legit was like, oh, I was, like, waiting for the Louis Riddick breakdown for it.
I think he tweeted out something, like, a subtweet. I think, like.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Lewis put out I'm assuming this is about the Jared thing. I mean, I would assume he would see this.
I'm interested. How did I know
I'll show you this. I'm assuming he did this. Let me see. Oh, wait. He put this out. I don't know. I'm assuming that you don't just tweet this. Hold on. He tweeted that gift. I know that ain't who I think it is. And he just a GIF, and that's all he tweeted. And this was at 2:41, so it was after Jared. Jared joins in the morning. Stuff comes out. He tweeted this in the afternoon. I know that ain't who I think it is. I wonder what this means.
Why is Louis Riddick saying that? Like it's not like you're talking to an MVP candidate, Louis Riddick. What are you talking about? It's not who I think it is. Is he acting like Jared Goff isn't anything?
I don't know. I'm curious because people were responding with the Jared stuff.
Who's had a better career, Louis Riddick or Jared Goff?
I mean, I think we know the answer to that. But here's
you want to say it?
It's definitely Jared Goff.
Okay, so I don't know what Louis Riddick's talking about. I know who.
Here's the original.
I like
clip.
Louis Riddick.
I think it's the Javon Kinlaw thing.
Javon Kinlaw got in your face at one point back when they had a player ejected. What was that interaction all about? What was said back and forth?
Yeah, he was not. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he was really saying. He jumped off sides. I told him he jumped off sides. He said, "I know," and I don't know why he was so excited about jumping off sides, but he was. And then I think that was before or after they punched St. Brown in the face, and so I can't wait to see Louis Riddick break that one down this week for us on Turning Point.
That's
what that's a reference to? Javon Kinlaw.
That is so good from Jared Goff, dude. I love that from Jared Goff. Louis Riddick, like, what are you going to say? What are you talking about? Like, I know that's not who I think it is. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Jared Goff is 100. Like, why are you acting like you've been you're a better football player than Jared Goff was or you ever were? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm a Louis Riddick fan.
Yeah, I mean,
Jared Goff can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, Louis Riddick. I don't know what that tweet was about. I want him to kind of expand on that a little bit. Stay with your chest, Louis.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here, man? Come on.
You know, I mean, Louis knows grit. I mean, Louis was drafted in the 9th round. I mean, before they changed to 7. I mean, he
was drafted in the 9th round.
He was drafted in the 9th.
I can't even laugh. I never got drafted. So
yeah. I mean, I can't. What am I going to say? The guy played in the NFL. But if we're just comparing the careers from him and Jared Goff, I don't think it's even close. But yeah, I hope he responds. I like this stuff, man. I like a little bit.
It's thrilling. Can I ask you this though? With Amon-Ra, do we think he gets suspended? Do you think the NFL hammers this one down?
No, I don't think they go back and do anything about it. I don't know. I'm curious. I think Amon-Ra probably shouldn't have done it, but I don't think so. I think after the Brian thing, I think they're probably like, all right, we can let this one slide probably. But not that they're thinking of the Brian thing, but come on, you give back-to-back player suspensions over. I mean, and this isn't as bad. This was in the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't after the game. After the game's a whole nother thing. I mean, Brian went up to him after the game.
Again,
it's like a fourth kind of like, hey, you know, they're scrapping a little bit. I think Daron Payne.
Listen, I genuinely, you want me to be honest with you? I genuinely do believe that, like, Amon-Ra, he slaps him. If Daron Payne in that moment, right, like when things are heated in that moment, it's a little bit of a scuffle. If Daron Payne, you see Amon-Ra smack, and the ref saw that, and then the ref saw right away Daron Payne slap him. I think either it's a double penalty and they both get called for a penalty and there's no ejection, or 2, the ref still just breaks it up and doesn't do anything. Like, I don't think there's an ejection if in that moment right there, Amon-Ra smacks him, Daron Payne smacks him and gets him back. It's either they split it up or it's just a normal, unsportsmanlike conduct on both of them, penalties offset, and they move on and there's no ejection. I think, again, it's a big fact of just randomly while they're walking, because he was mad from a couple plays ago, he just walks up to him and hits him in the face. Like, that's just like, okay, what are you doing, dude? Now, if it's in a scuffle, as Amon-Ra's was, there's a difference. It's the same thing with Brian Branch at the end of the game. If Brian Branch did that during the game, it's probably a little different than if he did it after the game in the handshake lines, right? Like, there's a big difference.
Yep. Yeah, it's well said. Now, before we I want to get to, speaking of 97.1, Dan Campbell had some comments today, or he's had some comments on 97.1. This was yesterday, I think it was. Well, I believe, right? He joins Monday. Monday's on 97.1? Or is it Tuesday?
He was there this morning. They both were. Yeah, one goes on the morning show, and Jared goes on Carson Anderson.
So he was there this morning. We'll talk about his comments and also just for the rest of the season. Dan Cullen plays, but before we do that, I got to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper. So we'll see you in a quick minute. I've interrupted the video to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper in the new promotion they have going on. A brand new promotion is now live on Sleeper that could be paired with the 100% deposit match promotion that's already been going on. It's a free $20, no deposit required. Plus, first-time users will also receive 100% deposit match up to $100. Use the code CT Sports. You guys should already be using Sleeper. It's one of the fastest organically growing fantasy platforms in the entire world with millions and millions of active users. They are crushing it. And if your state allows it, you should be using Sleeper Picks. It's a real money product that connects friends over picks. You just choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame live or across different sports. Pick more or less than the predicted stats. And on Sleeper, you can get up to 1,000x payouts. Share with your friends. Get rewarded together. Don't forget, code CT Sports. Get a $100 deposit up to $100, and you got your free $20 entry. Sleeper is taking care of their customers. Always remember, gamble responsibly. Now let's get back to the video. All right, let's play this clip from Dan Campbell joining the morning show there. Jansen, Costa, they both do great work. Here's Dan kind of talking about, I think, talk more about the Philly game and what he's telling his team now after a victory over the Commanders. Let's take a listen. And then I also have some things I want to talk about with Dan being the OC, but here's that clip.
About this game. It's a big game. How are you going to talk to your team about it?
Well, look, it's keep your poise. Keep your poise. Understand they're going to know they're going. I'm going to give them a very good snapshot of what this is going to be like. Keep your poise, and then man, every play matters. Every play matters. Like this is a heavyweight. This is a heavyweight match. Man, one misstep can cost you this game. Now that shouldn't make you tight. That shouldn't make you play conservative. Just understand, man. It's going to take all 3 units. And every play, man, you got to give it your full attention and lay it on the freaking line. You can't ask for anything better. Our guys are going to be so excited to play in this one. Our coaches are excited to coach in it. So, man, this is big-time football on Sunday night. So we're going to be fired up. We're fired up.
We're going to talk a lot
Dan, what do you think? You know what I always wonder when I hear Dan talk about how he thinks a game's going to go? I always wonder what he's saying, how he thinks the game's going to go. Like, what do you think Dan's telling his players how he thinks this game's going to go? Like, because he always does the layout. He's like, this is going to be this type of game.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a 3-0 type?
I do wonder. That is actually a good point. Like every week, like if he thinks, this is going to be a high flying game, boys. Like we're about to throw the out of this thing. Like here we go, man.
Yeah.
Or you just like, this is going to be a barn burner, man. There we go. Let's get ready for this one. His mind works as for a guy, and this is with all due respect, because Dan Campbell's one of my favorite people of all time. Dan Campbell's mind is just built so different. So different. It's actually incredible just how, like, this guy's mind. Did you hear him talk? I heard the story today. He said, do you have any Philly stories? You played in Dallas,
yeah.
You played in New York, and in Detroit. And he's like, obviously, Dallas and New York, you played there a lot. And he's like, who was it? Was it Michael Strahan, I think he said, or someone? That they were in Philly, and he said he got like a sack or something, and they were celebrating to win the game. And he said he just saw a big bottle of spit get dumped on Michael Strahan. And they're like, "What did you do?" He said, he was like, "I got out of there as soon as I saw it." It's just like this guy is like, his mind just works in so many, like, so interesting to me.
Yeah, the big he said they had a big cup of dip. The spit.
Yeah. Just dumped all over Strahan. Like,
yeah,
dude.
Then we got to get the hell out of here, man. That's
at least the guys know. Like, I feel like a lot of teams going into Philly. I know we're going to talk about the Philly game a little later, but I know a lot of teams, like, and players going to Philly. It's probably the most hostile environment in the NFL because those fans are nuts. A lot of players go in there and, like, they let that get to them, right? And they play bad, and that's the reason why Philly's so good at home. At least Dan was, like, very, like, this is going to happen, boys. Like, let's take this thing in stride. I think Jared said the same thing today. He was like, I know what's going to happen. He's like, I'm not worried. I'm going to make sure I have tougher skin this weekend than I do any other week. So I love to hear that.
Philly fans are psychotic, dude. And I mean that respectfully. Like, they're a different breed. Like, I've always said, man, like, if I'm ever going to go to a football game, and I usually – and I say this for all the people, my advice to the people that go to games, away games, just don't go to Philly. Don't go to
it's not a good spot to probably go.
It's not.
I would love to go to Philly because the city's probably nice and some cheesesteaks.
I'd go to Philly. I just wouldn't go to a Philly an Eagles game. I would not go. I'd love to check out Philly. I mean, I'm sure, but to go to an Eagles game in Lions attire, you're asking for it.
I think our guy Lion Syndicate's going. I'm pretty sure. I saw him tweet out. We gotta make sure he's good. We gotta let him know.
Derek's he's got to be on watch, bro.
Sure.
They're just different over there, man.
Respectfully, they're like the biggest, and then they call themselves Philly scumbags. Like they're the biggest scumbags in the world, and they know it, and they love it, and they embrace it. I've said it before. People hate when I say it. Klotz hated it when I said it. It's like I respect and like Philly fans. Like,
dude, they're diehards.
I love that. And the Klotz like they're the worst fans in the world. I love that. I would rather have like Philly fans than like Cowboys fans.
Yeah, well, because they lose a game and they think everything's falling apart.
Yeah, they'll be like 10-1 and they lose one game and they're like, fire Sirianni, fire Howie Roseman, sell the team.
Yeah, that's how. And you think Lions fans are bad. It's a different breed over there. Philly sports is a different breed. It's a completely different breed, especially if you're a good franchise. Like the Eagles have been winning. They've set the bar. They expect to win. And that's why I think this matchup, although the Eagles don't look like the Eagles of last year, I absolutely. That's a team I want to see. Dan is spot on. It is a heavyweight. It's a heavyweight matchup. This is and you're going to play, in my opinion, the two best teams in the conference. You're going to play the Rams and you're going to play the Eagles. Now, the Seahawks are up there. You don't play the Seahawks, though. But I guess on the schedule, you're going to play two heavyweights. You're playing two of the heavyweights. If they had the Seahawks, you'd play all three of them. That's where I'm at with the NFC right now. Like, they're playing two of the three teams I think are the most dangerous teams in the entire conference.
I agree. You're going to know where you're at.
They're injured and everything. You already played the Bucs. But, yeah, those two teams are going to be – they're good matchups for the Lions, man. Like, they got good interior defenders. Your offensive line and the interior is a little question mark. Like it's going to be a good matchup for them. They have good receivers. Your DBs, they're going to be tested. Like the run game has been a little shaky. You're going to get Saquon Barkley. Like you're going to get all the answers you want. That's why I think Kirby, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen too much about Kirby. I think Kirby's got to play this week. You're going to need. You
got to think Kirby's back, right?
You
have to think back. Like there's a reason you sat him as long as you did is to get him back.
You're going to want Kirby out there.
And you got to hope. And you know what actually a big problem is? TA's down, right? Like TA's in concussion protocol. Is most likely out or missing the week of practice and then coming back right for Sunday night. So that's a tough one too. Now you're expecting, like I say it a lot, like, and I don't say it in a negative way, it's a positive way, but like you're expecting like journeyman guys to like hop in and go one-on-one with AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, two of the best in the game. Like that's tough. Like you can trust Amik, but who else? Rock Yassin.
And Devontae's been dude, it sucks not having DJ Reed for this matchup because Devonta Smith is balling. He's on pace for like 1,300 yards this year. He's balling. So it would suck that it sucks they don't have DJ Reed. He's not going to be back till December. So you'll probably they play the Rams mid-December. So you could have him for that game, for the Rams game, which would obviously big, Devontae and Puka, but you're not going to have him in this matchup, and it's in Philly. That one's in LA, but I mean, SoFi, okay. Half the place will be Lions fans. Philly, it's good. I know Lions fans like to travel. Travel with caution. All right.
This is the first time I think since Lions have kind of taken over in the fan base, and the fan base has always traveled, but like in the way it has, where it's taken over stadiums like Green Bay and Dallas, and this is the first time we've been at Philly. We've played Philly multiple times. It's been at Ford Field. This is the first time it's in Philly, so I'm interested to see like who goes, how many people are there. It's I hate to say this, like knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen. I feel like there's going to be one of those videos of a fight fan video. And I don't want to see it. I hate it. I hate those. I think those are the worst videos. People love. I hate those are the worst videos in all of sports. Like, why are we fighting? I hate fighting. Stop. You're gonna see one of those here on Sunday night.
Two drunk guys fighting over.
Guy in a Jared Goff jersey and a guy in a I don't know a Jalen Hurts jersey going at it, or it's like a Blankenship jersey and like a Branch jersey.
Yeah,
who's the better corner or safety?
Basically, a sport. They're fighting over which team is better. I mean, that's essentially what it is. Two guys fighting over. It's like if you're going to the game, just find Lions fans, stick together. All right, Stick with them. Stick with Lions fans. And by the way, Dan will be calling the game, which I think is going to be a massive test because it'll be good for us to evaluate. Not like that this game means everything for Dan, but it's a good test for Dan if he's calling plays because you're facing a defensive coordinator that's seasoned, a very good DC. Vic Fangio has been a DC for a while. He's had elite defenses, and he's been at this thing for a long, long time. And I think Dan obviously respects the hell out of him, and he knows what he's going to watch. They're going to study film. John's going to get him ready, just like John Morton should. That's his job now. All right? Get Dan ready, because you could argue it's Spags or Fangio, best two DCs right now in football. Like, that's the two that it's like they're the best DCs, bro. So it'll be good for Dan. But I saw this. I want to show you. I don't know if you saw this. It's like a chart. That,
I know exactly. Did you see this in a message?
In a message?
Yeah, someone messaged us a chart.
No, I saw Jeremy quote tweet it, so that's how I saw it. Did someone message us too?
Maybe we're thinking of two different charts.
It's the play calling chart. Is that what you're talking about? It's like basically it's a chart. It's a chart explaining. So it's basically expected points added for scripted and non-scripted plays on offense. So
little EPA?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
it's a little EPA for scripted plays, I think.
Love a little EPA chart. Let's see.
This is where the Lions I think this is where they are in that metric. All right. So you have all these teams in the middle, and then all the way over here is the Detroit Lions.
Wait, is this just last week?
I think it's for 2025.
So break this down for me like I'm like a second grader. I understand. Listen, I understand this chart. If there's like a kindergartner watching us right now, can you break it down for the kindergartner?
All right. So basically, how high you are on the chart is how good you are, EPA, expected points added. So it's how efficient you are basically at non-scripted plays. The how far you are to the right is how good you are at scripted plays.
So Dan Campbell is just elite.
So you see,
he's the best you can get.
Yes. So like you see the Titans at the bottom, they're really good at script. They're not really good. Excuse me. They're to the right. They're not good at scripted plays.
They're not good at either. They're pretty low on both.
Yeah, but they're not doing anything non-scripted. I guess that's a better way to phrase it. They're doing nothing non-scripted. Tanner Engstrand can't figure out how to script a game. Dan Campbell and Shane Steichen's kind of like more scripted, but he can still do some non-scripted. Clint Kubiak, more scripted, less than non-scripted. Dan can do, I guess what this chart's showing is he's basically the greatest offensive mind to ever grace a football field. That's what.
Well, to be fair, all of these guys have called plays for 10 weeks. Dan's 1 week. Yeah. So the sample size is pretty telling.
But
how do you even, by the way, how do you even know if a play is scripted or non-scripted?
I think it's the first like 20 to 25 plays or something like that. I think they're like
10. Yeah, but did you hear Dan today on 97.1? They asked him about that. Like they were like, how do you like go about?
It says the first offensive 15. It says 15 here.
Okay, but like even then though, like Dan even admitted he was like, Stoney asked him, it was like, do you script just the first couple drives, or like how do you go about? Do you script certain drives throughout the game, fourth quarter, third quarter? And he was like, it just depends. He said Ben Johnson, when they were going through the third quarter woes and it was like a big deal in the media and fans were talking about it, he said Ben Johnson would script the first two possessions of every second half. And going into the game, that they Ben Johnson. So it's like, how do we know? Right. I guess it actually does make sense because most likely, no matter what, the first 15 plays of every game is going to be scripted. So essentially, so that makes sense. That does make sense.
And they scored on every single possession. So scripted.
So Dan's just the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, which, like, joking aside, I mean, he did a fantastic job. But I think what you're going to see this week is kind of that balance of, like, pay attention. I guess for Lions fans, just watch the first quarter, maybe into the second quarter, depending on the plays, really first quarter, compared to the second half or whatever. That's how you kind of judge, like, what they have scripted going into the game and then what they kind of do after that. Obviously, Dan, they can get anything they wanted against the Commanders, but this game will be more interesting to see. Like, every team usually looks good. Like, if you guys remember, I know that's the biggest thing. We had the little argument on the show because the Browns scored on the first possession, but they were scripted. Like they script that first drive. And then after that, they didn't really score. So
what was that
usually
argument? Was
have
that
more-
you? Who? What was that? Oh,
we were arguing over how they looked defending scripted plays, and like Klotz kept saying, "Well, it's scripted." I'm like, "Well, I know it's scripted," which is fair, by the way. Like,
yeah. You did make you made a comment. There was like a 4-letter word comment that was just
I said they got torched, or I think
but you said something about like the going forward. I don't even know. You did say something going forward, and it was like, don't ever say that again about.
Well, it was
Shepherd's
how they looked.
defense.
How they look defending the first drive of teams. But again, I understand it's scripted, but again, that doesn't.
You were like, it's something to keep an eye on going forward or something like that. It was so funny.
Because they were giving up points in like the opponent's first drive. But but again, I understand. I fully understand that first drives, teams are gonna have more success typically.
For sure.
Because it's
Yeah.
scripted. So this week against the Eagles, it'll be a good matchup because they have Joan Phillips now, who played pretty well. And they have a good interior defensive line. So offensive line this week, you're going to have to do some work. They're going to have to get back to it. So, and they should have except for obviously Christian Mahogany, they'll have Yodi up there, but I think they'll have all their starters, Graham, Taylor, Panay.
I think everyone's healthy offensively.
So
I don't know offensively if anyone's out. I don't think so. You should be fully healthy offensively. I'm interested to see what Dan does. I do think that's like to your point where you're saying about like the matchups with them and the Rams. Those are probably the two best teams, arguably outside the Seahawks, in your conference. And I think, like, especially this week being Dan's like second, or it's really not his first week, but his first week that everyone really knows, like, magnifying glasses on this offense and Dan Campbell now, because it's been asked about all week in the media, and it's against one of the best defenses in the NFL on the road. So am I going to go in there and expect Dan Campbell to be perfect like he was last week? No, I'm going to guess that there's going to be a couple punts this week, and might be a couple turnovers, like things. There's going to be bad things that do happen, but I still the only thing I want to see with Dan Campbell calling plays, Jeff, I just want to see like what's the word you want to look for in this moment here in my life? Like the explosive plays, like the drives where you put together big drives and you actually like take advantage of them. Where John Morton, it was like you're 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Oh, random touchdown, 3 and out, 3 and out, random touchdown.
More efficient.
Yes, and it's like, yes, I understand, Dan. Like, you're going up against a good defense. There are going to be bad possessions. It's going to happen. It's inevitable versus an Eagles team. Just want to see more times than not, outside of what John Morton was doing, that you're at least getting in the red zone more often. You're finishing in the red zone. You're getting points up on the board, and you're able to keep up with a team like this versus a defense like that. So that's the only thing I'm looking for here. I'm not going to be mad on Monday night or Monday morning after the game if they struggle a little bit offensively, because we do understand it's one, still early in the season. 2, Dan Campbell just took over play calling, and 3, it's against one of the best defenses in the NFL that has added pieces like Jalen Phillips too. So it's more so just like a litmus test of where they're at. Did I say that word right? Litmus?
Yeah, litmus test. Yeah, we could say this, and I told you about before the show. Apparently, they Howie Roseman, he took it out today.
I was shocked to hear this. This happened as soon as we were about to jump on the show.
Apparently, Jair Alexander, it was reported that he is stepping away from football to get healthy both mentally and physically, and then he's going to decide what he wants to do. And they just traded for him last week, and he didn't travel with the team to Green Bay, and now he's stepping away for the time being. I don't know if he's going to end up returning at some point or he might just retire. Obviously, Howie doesn't know this information when you trade for a player. That's not like me and you were talking about before the show. You deal with the team, you trade for a player, the agent calls the player, tells them they're traded. It's not like how we talk to Jair and it's like, hey, you want to keep playing football? They don't. Maybe there's a rare chance where a guy's like about to retire and they're like, hey man, like, we're not going to trade for you. Like, is he still playing? But in this instance, Jair's 28 years old. I mean, they didn't think the guy would just pull hey, see you later.
Right after. I wonder if there was a world where he was like, I didn't want to be in Philly. And he was just like, got traded as
yeah, and he's just been getting injured. I've never seen a player. I have seen it. I always say I've never seen it, but I've definitely seen it. But a player that's 28 years old, who is regarded as one of the best corners in football for a lot of his career, just fall off. Like injuries, even when he was playing, he didn't look that great. And now he's just not. Maybe that's what it is, injuries, and he's just not having fun anymore playing. I don't know. Seems like Jalen Phillips likes to be in Philly. I mean, he was trolling Dolphins fans on his story after last night's win. So two different perspectives there. I don't know. Jair's probably just like, I don't know if I want to play this, but it helps the Lions because they've been having trouble with their pass rush on the edges, which helps the Lions because Taylor Decker has been injured, but they don't have. I think Taylor Decker is going to be dealing with Brandon Graham and maybe they're going to be blitzing linebackers. So you got that coming too. But
deal with Brandon Graham is crazy.
That's really what, and then Jalen Phillips will be moving him around, but it's like, all right, you got Penei Sewell, dude. He'll eliminate Jalen Phillips for the most part. Like,
yeah,
it's really just Jalen Carter versus Graham, like, or Tate.
It's interior. Well, I think essentially we're going to be having is those guards are going to have to help in on Jalen Carter.
That's it
in a massive way. That's what it's going to end up being. But I'm with you. By the way, the Jair Alexander stuff is really weird. I think honestly, if I had to guess what happened, he started the offseason in Green Bay, right? And
yes,
he got traded in the offseason to Baltimore, where he had, people that he's played football with, Lamar Jackson, who he played college with. So it was somewhere he was familiar with. He probably liked it there. Being traded a second time in a calendar year for a guy who's gone through probably the injuries he has over the last year, it probably hit him a little bit. That would be my guess. And he's like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I've made a lot of money. I don't really need to prove it to anyone else, So I think for Jair, he's just like, hey, I'm not doing this. My guess is he retires. I don't see a world you step away. Like, I got to think about if I want to play. It's like, dude, if you're not all in, just hang
You're
out.
all out. Yeah, you're in it. It's like Za'Darius. He's like, I'm out. And he was playing decently well. And he's just like, I'm done. I don't
Dude,
like
that's
it.
the second player in 1 year that they've traded for that is hanging the cleats up. That I wonder if there's something in Philly that is like, we don't want to be here.
Yeah, at least Za'Darius, they just signed, so they didn't lose anything. Jair, I think they gave up like a fifth. I think they gave up like a fifth.
You know what might happen though is if they might go through the league and just cancel the trade, and if he retires,
yeah, I don't know how that works. I think that should be a thing.
Maybe they get like a comp pick back automatically for it or something. I don't know, but you shouldn't lose your 5th round pick if you trade it for someone for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if this was roles reversed and it was the Lions, I'd be furious.
Oh, dude, what? I would be so mad.
Get a pick for that. Yeah,
I'm guessing the trade just doesn't go through. Like,
I would imagine so. I would. Now, I will say, I did want to get your thoughts. I know you had some questions for me, but we're already kind of on the Eagles, so we can get to it right after this. But I do want to get your thoughts on last night's game now that it's finished. Like, just because those are two opponents the Lions are going to face in the next couple weeks. Obviously, the Eagles are this week, and then they have the Packers 2 weeks or Thanksgiving. I don't know. 14 days, I think it is. Yeah, 2 weeks. So they face those teams in 2 weeks. They face both opponents, Eagles and Packers. What do you think of both those opponents here? Because the Packers just lost Elgton Jenkins, by the way, he's on IR. Yep. So that's he's a Pro Bowl guard. He's out for the next 4 games, so he's not going to play against the Lions, and that's in Ford Field. But I guess my takeaway yesterday was honestly more so on the Packers. Because I mean, the Eagles coming off a bye they didn't look good. But my take on the game was more so on the Packers because they were coming off a loss already. They lost to the Panthers and they were like 1-5 in the red zone or something. And then they get to the next game and they look just as bad offensively. Like, I think it tells me more about this Packers team is falling off a cliff. I don't know if anyone's pointing this out. They're 5-3-1. And offensively, their rush defense fell off a cliff. I mean, they're terrible. Yeah, they gave up 150 yards yesterday, 140 yards, whatever it was. So the Packers are kind of lean. They're kind of falling more off a cliff than. I mean, we talked about it. They smelled a little fraudulent. I mean, they're a good team, but they smelled like they're playing down to their opponents. That stench from losing to the Panthers carried over into that game against the Eagles. That's what it looked like. Honestly, it looked.
Yeah. I think honestly, I will say this: last night's game, and I know we talk about like the Eagles being the top tier team, and I know we're doing our NFL power rankings later. I looked at a lot today as well around the NFL. There are actually NFL power rankings that have the Eagles at number 1. Last night's game just kind of showed me that the NFC might not be as strong as we do think, and if it is, it's not the teams that we think. Like I genuinely, and Jeff, I've been on this with the Eagles all year. I've always thought that there's just something off, like one thing off on that team. I don't not one thing, but they just feel off this year. They don't look like the Eagles of last year. Offensively, that Eagles team last night, I think they got in the red zone one time. I legit, I think they only had one red zone touch. I'm pretty sure the Devontae Smith touchdown pass was like 40+ yard touchdown. Like they just could not.
0 for 1. 0 for 1 in the red zone.
Offensively, they could not move the ball. And it's like, okay, I get it if like, hey, like you struggled throughout the game, but you got into the red zone a few times and made a couple field goals here and there. They just struggled offensively to move the ball. And they've done that all year. Like if you watch this Eagles team, there's been games where Eagles fans will tell you, I'm sure too, like it's probably frustrating sometimes to watch this offense at times. The 2 weeks before that, Jalen Hurts was great. Three touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. He was great. But there's been times this year this offense is just versus a good defense, they just fall apart. And then defensively as well, they're playing very well. But to your point, like they're going up a Packers team that offensively has struggled this year with Matt LaFleur for some reason. Jordan Love, who struggled, they had a million injuries. I just don't think this Packers team, not as good as we thought. After that Lions win, everyone thought that they were like one of the best teams in football. And like they barely snuck out with the tie versus the Cowboys. They probably should have another loss or two on their belt. And then you look at this Eagles team, similar situation. Like they're 7-2, but like you could argue like last night's game, any competent football team that's like decently good would probably have beat the Eagles last night. Like if the Lions played the Eagles at Lambeau last night, the Lions would have beat them like 24-10. That would have been the game. It was just the Packers were just that bad. And then you look at the Eagles, like they lose that Giants game. That was brutal. I know they lost to the Broncos, but like a lot of these other games, like a 1-possession game versus the Cowboys, 1 possession versus the Chiefs, 1 possession versus the Rams, 1 possession versus the Bucks, 1 possession versus the Vikings. They're just constantly in 1-possession games. You know what it reminds me of? Remember that Vikings teams years ago that was just won like a record number of games in 1 possessions, but then like when things were bad, things fell apart? That's what this Eagles team reminds me of after watching them last night. Like a really good football team would have pulled away, and it wouldn't like they would have won by 2 scores versus how bad. Like think about how bad the Packers were yesterday. To your point, how do you only win that game 10-7? And then the fourth down call. I don't know if you saw the 4th down call at the end from Nick Sirianni. It was a bonehead. It was a dumb decision. And any normal game that you weren't playing the Green Bay Packers, another team, probably the Chiefs, go down and tie that game if you make that decision, Nick Sirianni. So it's just like everything with both of these teams to me just doesn't make much sense. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't think that either of these two teams right now, you can maybe argue the Eagles still contenders, but I would put them on the edge of it. I would put them on the edge. I just don't know how to feel about them right now.
I think I'm with you on the NFC being not as strong as people think. I still think even after last night, and I think the Eagles are dealing with offensive coordinator issues, obviously. I think the Kevin Patullo over there in
shout out Kevin Patullo, man.
I don't think they're happy with him. Well, obviously. But I still think the Eagles, it's a little tricky because they have the talent. That's why I think even though they're winning some 1-possession games, and I think I'm not saying the Eagles are clear-cut favorites in the NFC. Like, I'd take the Rams. I said last week, I think Rams are the best team in the NFC. I think that. I think the Eagles are probably a team that could go one and done or whatever. Even though I'd still say they're contenders, like we talk about, but I don't think they're going to make it to Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to make
I think they're lower contenders in the NFC right now.
But I still think they're dangerous given the talent. They got talent on the team. That's what makes me
I agree.
Like the Packers are just lacking. Like Jordan Love, dude. I know we talked about Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts didn't, but like he wasn't great last night either. But like Jalen Hurts played pretty well all year. Like Jordan Love last night, he averaged 5 yards of completion. 5.
Yeah, no, Jordan Love was not good either.
Dude, and Jalen Hurts averaged 7. So obviously it wasn't a great game all around.
I mean, neither of them threw for 200 yards.
Yeah.
And they threw 36 times to 26 times. If you're throwing that many times, you probably should have over 200, right? Like if Jared Goff throws 36 times, he's probably thrown for 300 yards.
Yeah, like I would say I still have I'm more lower on the Packers than I am the Eagles. I think the Eagles are still dangerous given just they have a lot of talent. They have more holes than they did last year. They're not last year's team, but I just think that talent, man, like it.
I mean, you still have the talent from a Super Bowl winning team, right? Like the talent hasn't left.
Yeah, they still got some dudes. I think what's going to be their downfall is their OC. I mean, that's just what it is in here in Detroit. That's why Dan took over play calling. Like, I think Sirianni might have to look a little, maybe consider something like that. Like, maybe Sirianni's got to be like, hey, bro, maybe I just take over this thing, call plays. I mean, it gets to that type of vibe over there in Philly. Like, I don't know. Because they've had games where they've scored 30 plus. It's kind of like the Lions where they put up 30. They blew out the Giants. They scored 38 against the Giants, but then they get in a game against the Eagles and they look bad. So, the Packers. So I think they might be nearing kind of that OC change as well, just like the Lions were. Because they beat some good teams early on, although it was one possession. But they, like you mentioned, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Rams, they beat the Bucs when the Bucs were healthier. But they lost 34-17 to the Giants, which was a tough loss, and they've won 3 straight. But okay, they're
just constantly in close games. Past Eagles teams, you see them do it's like with this Lions team. Like this Lions team, when they play just some teams, they're winning by 2 possessions. They're putting up 40 points, right? You see you get to see like massive ceilings of these teams. Last year with the Eagles, what did they do a lot? Like they were winning games by 20 points. They're putting up 40 points. This Eagles team just hasn't done that. I think people see all the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, they still have the weapons, they still have the players. But they're beating up on offensive line. No, their offensive line is beat up right now. And you just saw Lane Johnson get hurt, comes back in the game, but still an ankle injury, a big ankle injury where he's getting carted off by that weird, the forklift. And then defensively, their edge rushers just haven't been there. They add Jalen Phillips. Yeah, Jalen Phillips can fix it, but you have Brandon Graham too. And he's 45, 70 years old out there coming out of retirement to play for you because you don't have edge rushers and you don't have a pass rush. So it's a little bit of a different team than last year. I think a lot of people automatically were putting them like that. For me to look at power rankings today, to see I don't know if it was ESPN or someone put the Eagles at number 1 was one of the most okay, what are we doing here? Are you actually watching these games? I mean, you're working for ESPN, the biggest sports network in America or in the world. And you're putting the Eagles at number 1. Are we being dead serious right now? They are not the best team in football. They're not.
No. I'd still put them as one of the best, but I wouldn't say they're the best. I'll
say this for my power rankings, I dropped them, even though they won. I dropped them. They're in my top 10. Yeah, I'm not going to take them out, but I'm just not that impressed right now with them.
What do you think, Mike? What do you think for Mike? Mike says, Booner, the Eagles beat all 3 teams we lost to, and they beat them on the road. What are we doing here, Booner?
Well, so they beat the Chiefs with none of their weapons. So the Chiefs had no Rashee Rice. I don't know if they had Xavier Worthy. What other teams are we talking about here? They beat the Vikings by 1 possession, which we already know that was a game that we should have won, that we lose by 3 with bad coaching. Packers, they beat 10-7. We played the Packers week 1, much different game. We all know that. We also dominated the Buccaneers. They beat the Buccaneers by 6 points. They only beat the Cowboys, who was a bad Cowboys team, by 4.
They beat the Rams healthy, though.
They did beat the Rams healthy. That's a good win. I'll give them that. That's a good win. But then they lose to the Giants, and then their best win, their biggest and most dominant win is versus a Giants team that they lost to previously, but a Giants team that lost Cam Scatterboo in the first quarter. And if he's in, it was a tie game. If he's in, who knows what happens. So
they beat the Bucs, but let me see who played in that game. So they had they did not have Mike Evans in that game, but they had Bucky and Emeka, and so Bucky. They had Chris Godwin. So they didn't have Mike Evans, but everyone else was healthy on that Bucs. So
listen, I'm not saying, and this is where people are oh, Booner, you're an idiot. I'm not saying this Eagles team is bad. They're still contenders. You can call me a clown all you want. Maybe open your ears. Mike streams only open your ears. They're still contenders in the NFC. I just don't think they're where they were last year and the year before, where you're hey, they're the number 1, number 2 contender in the NFC. They've just dropped a little bit. It's a different Eagles. My whole point with this, if you listen from the jump, this is where people in the chat, when you comment, just listen, please, a little bit. Just open your ears and comprehend a little bit. What I'm saying is they are not a contending team as high of a level as they were in years past. This is a different Eagles team. Their offensive line's beat up right now. Offensively, they've had games where they have struggled versus teams they shouldn't struggle with. Defensively, their D line, they had to go get Brandon Graham, who's coming out of retirement because they need help. Like, what are we talking about here? Teddy, oh, you want pretty wins. A win is a win. So when the Lions win by 3 points and the same people, Teddy and Streams only comes in the chat, it's like, why didn't they win by 3 touchdowns? You're like, be consistent here. Like, you watch the games. Like, you don't play bad for a whole football game and somehow sneak by with the win and be like, oh, we looked great. We're Super Bowl contenders. Like, no, like, you have to earn it. There are teams in the NFC right now, Seahawks, Rams, Lions, who have played better football than the Eagles. That's a fact. Like, it's not me making it up. If you watch, I'm guessing half of these people haven't watched half of these teams play.
Well,
if you watch the Seahawks play, if the Seahawks played against the Eagles last night, I'm taking the Seahawks money line. I'll take the Seahawks -4.5 or -2.5. Take them by a field goal. 100%.
I don't want to get into it because then it's our power rankings.
I'm taking the Seahawks over the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm taking the Rams out. You know what? If the Rams and Eagles played, I know they played earlier. If they played the way the Eagles played last night, the Rams would beat them by 2 touchdowns last night.
Yeah, well, I think strength of schedule matters too. Is that fair? Because the Seahawks haven't really played anything.
Strength is, yeah, but the Seahawks. No, listen, I've had a conversation about the Seahawks a lot. This is the point of watching football games. You could be like, well, the Eagles have taken care of everyone, but if you've watched some of their games, they've struggled and they've squeezed out of games. If you watch the Seahawks, they've taken care of games. That defense is one of the best, if not the best defense in the NFL right now. That defense is insane. And then you have JSN, and then you have a good running back duo in Sam Darnold, who's playing really good football on the other side.
Yes, they've been playing good football, but they haven't played very good teams. That's where I'm coming from. They haven't. I mean, they've beat the Cardinals twice. They beat the Commanders. Let's stop because we have this segment in 15 minutes. Okay, that's fine.
You're starting to go down to each line here.
Okay, yeah, well, because we're going to talk about all that anyway. So I want to hear. I want to know what kind of questions you have for me. You have questions for the people. For me, what are we talking about here?
Let's just skip that. Let's skip that. Let's do our hashtag. We're way past that segment. Let's do.
We're on time still. It's just swapped.
We're off
it.
of whole segment. Yeah, we skipped that whole segment. Let's just do 9:00.
All right.
Our new segment that someone in the chat helped us with.
Yeah, well, someone said yesterday, hashtag overreaction or no, which I do like that segment. It's a good segment. So today we're going to give some overreactions or no, and you guys tell us if it's an overreaction or not. So I have 3 that I want to bring to the table, NFL and Lions, and you tell me if it's an overreaction or not. Sound good?
Let's do it. And too, the chat too, and with the chat involved.
Yeah, so if you guys have overreactions or no, drop that.
Hashtag. Did you get the hashtag out? Sorry, I was responding to Teddy. I love Teddy, so I want to get Teddy involved. I want to get Teddy involved. Teddy's like, Booner can't take criticism. No, I can't. I'm dishing it back. Why can people say stuff to us, but we can't dish it back, and when we do, we can't take it. I'm just dishing it back. That's all.
Sure.
Have a good time.
By the way, do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound good. And the chat, hashtag overreaction, or is it, what's the hashtag we went with, whoever put that in there yesterday?
Hashtag overreaction or no.
Yes. Hashtag overreaction or no, and then put your overreaction and we'll answer it.
Hashtag overreaction or no, and then drop a question for us.
Yeah. And I will heart it while Jeff talks.
All right.
The only person that I won't heart will be Teddy's. I'm kidding. Teddy's awesome.
So and we'll start with a couple that I have, Lions and NFL, and then as the chat kind of drops theirs, we can get to theirs as well, just to get us started here. So one overreaction, I believe it's an overreaction or no. See, I didn't give it away there. Could be an overreaction or no. Is after the win against the Commanders, with Dan Campbell calling plays, is Dan Campbell in this Coach of the Year race? Legit. Is he in this Coach of the Year race? If he continues to call plays for the rest of the year and the Lions are 12-5, 13-4. Because they only could lose one more game. But overreaction or no, you have a legit head coach of the year candidate with Dan Campbell now? Calling plays?
This is such a tough one because there's been arguments every year for Dan Campbell to win coach of the year, and he always loses it, and it's the most heartbreaking thing. But I'm going to say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say not an overreaction at all. I think if Dan Campbell, if they go on and if they, let's say they win the NFC North and they get 12 wins, and he's play calling and it actually turns around a little bit and you're like, oh my gosh, like this team's turned fully around. Don't you got to get credit, right, for making that decision and then also stepping into play calling? Feels like a massive deal.
Yeah, I think it I think it matters. It definitely matters narrative wise. But I would say this. I think it is overreaction. I don't know how he's going to catch Mike McDonald or Shane Steichen. I just don't think there's even a chance. Or even like, I mean, I'm trying to think who's another coach. I mean, I'm dropping the ball. Who's another coach? Mike McDonald, Shane Steichen.
Well, Shane Steichen probably should win it. No, I mean, I think the two that should win it is either Shane Steichen or Mike Vrabel. Those are the only two.
Or Mike Vrabel.
Those are the only two. Listen, I don't think Dan would win it. When I say no, I think it's more so just he could be in the conversation.
Because I would say right now ahead of him for coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, Shane Steichen, Mike McDonald, and I'd go Ben Johnson. We can't say a team with the same record as the Lions that we didn't expect could not be in the race. Ben Johnson. Now we all expected it now. It's like now we're here. Everyone expected it. It's like, but I would put Ben obviously last, but Mike McDonald with the Seahawks, no question. Mike Vrabel, Shane Steichen. Those are the three. So I think Dan's probably
got no comment with you there.
Here come the Bears fan stuff. But I'm just saying, like 6-3. Dude,
I knew you were going to throw Ben Johnson in there.
By the way,
no, I think Dan. Like, say the Lions go out and beat the Eagles, beat the Rams, and they start to dominate, and the offense looks number one offense in the NFL. I think you have a conversation about it. I just don't think there's enough to do it. You know,
it's fair.
Like obviously, those guys you named, they probably have a pretty good argument over him.
All right, two more before we get to the chat here. I want to go through this and give your thoughts. Overreaction or no? Jonathan Taylor will be the first running back since Adrian Peterson to win MVP.
Overreaction. He should win the MVP. He will not win the MVP. He should. I think he should. If he does what he's doing right now all year, he should. It's like, when else are you going to give it to a running back? He's been having a better year than Saquon last year.
On a worse team. Let me see. He's at 1,100 yards through 10 games. Oh my!
It's insane, dude. He should win MVP. Honestly, okay, I'll say this.
He's first in touchdowns, yards, and carries.
He should win it, dude. Bro, he should win it.
6 a carry, dude. That's insane.
And he's like genuinely like winning games for them. Like, it's not like he's just like with the Eagles last year with Saquon. Like, you still had other guys doing stuff. He's just straight up winning games for them.
Yeah, I don't think it's an overreaction. Even though I understand it's a quarterback award, if you talk about most valuable player, you can easily say that he's the most valuable player, given where the Colts are. If they keep winning, let's say the Colts win, I think for him to win it, though, they'd have to win 13, 14 games. I mean, they'd have to go crazy. And I think it legit could happen. It's just narrative purposes. If he gets like 2,100,
yeah, I would vote for him. I would vote for him.
20-something TDs, over 2,000 yards, and they're like the number one seed in the AFC or something.
Yeah. Did you see the stat that Shefty brought McAfee the other day in regards to MVP voting?
No.
He said that out of the last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it was, or no, I think it was the last 10 years in MVP voting, there was like a certain amount of votes, first place votes handed out. I'm going to make up a number. I don't have the exact number. I think he was like, maybe it was like 350 first place votes in that 10-year span. And I think he said 349 of them were quarterbacks. The votes were quarterbacks. The only person, it wasn't even just a person. It was one singular vote in the last like 10 years for first place, non-quarterback. It was Cooper Kupp when he had that Triple Crown year. That was it. And it was one singular vote. That was it. It's not like he got a bunch of votes. He got one singular first place vote. That was it. The only non-quarterback in the last like 10 years.
Damn.
So it's tough, man. He's got to really and Cooper Kupp was breaking records.
Well, another receiver that's breaking records is JSN. And another overreaction I have before we get to the chat, last one, the Seahawks will finish with the best record in the NFL.
I want to see something. Can I look at their schedule first?
Yeah. Schedule's not that good. That's why I brought it up.
7-2 right now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Probably 13 wins. The best record in the NFL. Overreaction. I don't think they do.
13 wins.
I don't know. I don't know if they get to 13 though, because they do play the Colts. They play the Rams twice still. So that's 3 right there. That puts them at 5.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to hope they split with the Rams. I mean, if you want to go
5.
4, yeah, that'd be like the only 2 losses they get.
Yeah,
right there.
And that's saying they take care of business in every other game where they could drop a game. Yeah, I would say that's an overreaction. I still think I don't know.
Yeah, I think they lose. They probably drop 2 to 3 more games. I would say more so 3 games. 2, I think they drop. I think they lose to the Rams. One of those games at least.
Yeah,
and the Colts could be a loss, and then there's some other loss in there. They'll probably be 12-5. So no, I don't think that. I think that's an overreaction. All right, let's get to the chat here. Xavier Deek start us off. Overreaction or no? Tesla was a wasted 2 picks. Overreaction or no?
By the way, people drop if you have any more. Drop them now in the chat so we can get to them. Jeff, I'll let you take the floor here.
I don't think it was a waste. I don't think it's a waste if he becomes your wide receiver 2 at some point and he's very productive.
As of right now, though, on November 11th, 2025.
Yes, it's a waste.
Okay.
Because
Good
you
answer.
essentially traded multiple 3rd-round picks to have a wide receiver 3. So
you paid your wide receiver 2 within months.
Yeah. Which is the point I was making, since it happened. And I know people came at me for it, but that's just what I believe. Like, if he's your wide receiver 3 for the rest of his rookie contract, that's a waste. I mean, you're not trading up multiple picks for a Tim Patrick. You want a guy, you want a dude. And I think Tesla has the potential. Obviously it's hard. We haven't seen him. So I would understand why people would be like, I don't know. I think he does. But if his role's not significant, it's a waste. Like, what is the guy going to have? 100 yards for the rest of it for the next 3 years? 100 yards, 300 yards, 200 yards, and then we re-sign him. And it's like, well, now he's taking the next step. It's like he's already wasted his rookie contract, man. Like, it's why you
at that point. What do you know it too? Like, do you know enough?
You don't know enough to even give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? The point of drafting players is to utilize them while they're getting paid pennies. That's what the point of drafting players is. You draft them, you don't have to pay them that much, and they produce. So if he doesn't produce and then you waste him making pennies, it's a waste. I think it's a waste. So yeah. That's what I believe. I think it's a waste. What about you?
Yeah, I think at the moment, I kind of like what Jomo Lion King put in there, overreaction. It's too early, but if you had to pick today, I would say no, it's not an overreaction. Like, if again, overreaction or not, if a fan or someone came up to me and said this, I wouldn't be taken aback. I would just be like, okay, yeah, I can, I understand your argument with that because it does make sense. You gave up 2/3. It's not like you gave up a 5th and a 6th. You gave up 2/3, which are high value picks. Obviously, not 1st or 2nd, but
yeah, it's basically Kirby and Aleem.
Yeah, those are good picks for you. You gave up your next 2 future 3rds, the next 2 seasons for a player that you just essentially haven't used yet. And I know it's year 1, but if you get into year 2, let's say next year, they're still not using him. And guess what? And this is where I kind of come along to your side a little bit. If people are like, well, no, you're eventually going to use him. Well, guess who's still in the building next year? JMO. Oh, wait, year 3, when you still don't have a 3rd-round pick, who's still in the building? JMO. So it's the value you're getting out of it. So how much are you really gaining from having him in the building? He's not going to go for 700-800 yards, and you gave up essentially, when people say you give up two thirds, you essentially it's 3 because you used a third on him. So it's like you used 3 third-round picks to bring him in. Are you getting Kirby Joseph value out of him? Ali McNeil value out of him? No, you're not.
Yep. I agree.
Maybe it was Ray said it was 2/3 next year. Maybe it was 2/3 next year. I don't know the exact thing, but either way, it's like 2/3. That's the value of that is worth a lot.
I think he's got potential.
For sure.
I do.
Ceiling's there.
Play. I don't think it's his fault it's a waste. I think it's more on Brad and the role he has. He just doesn't have a big enough role to prove it's on a waste. But,
yeah, it's like with Khalif. Like Khalif is a good player. It's just he doesn't get the targets that a guy like J-Mo gets, right? So it's like hard to base it off of that. If you're gonna, use all those picks on him, you're like, I want to see. Like, I think this is where a lot of people are. It's like I want to see him get targets and see what he can do, because he does have the talent. We know that. Like we've seen the catches, man. He makes plays. Will he get all of those opportunities? I think that's the biggest question mark. It's a big question mark.
Yeah, it's like if he averages 300 to 400 yards for the rest of his rookie contract, is that a waste? Yes. It's like that. You're not really
3/3.
For 3/3, and like, yeah, that's not.
When typically when you draft guys in the third, I mean, I know it's Brad Holmes' elite, so he's getting all pro players at the third round, but
it's what it is, man. Kenyatta, overreaction or no? Is Green Bay that good, or the Eagles that bad? Or maybe he meant to swap it.
Is Green Bay that good?
Are the Eagles that good, and the Packers that bad?
I think I think they're both.
I think it's
not
the
as
Packers
cool.
being that bad. I think they're.
You think so? I think it's just a mixture of both of them. Might not be as good as we thought.
Yeah, which definitely there's some of that as well. I just think the Packers. They play. Who do they? I want to see who they play actually, because they've lost 2 straight and they've looked like complete trash. And actually, Matt LaFleur's getting a lot of shit I saw on social media because offensively he's the play caller, so obviously he gets in front of that.
So a lot of people say he's on the hot seat all of a sudden.
They play the Giants, they play the Vikings, and then they play the Lions. So I mean, unless
We'll
Jackson
see.
Dart, you never know. I mean, they're in New York, so I don't know, but I would assume they win that game. The Vikings one will be a good one, but they should win that game. But they have a tough schedule to kind of close out the year. They have Detroit, Chicago, Broncos, Chicago, Ravens, at Minnesota. Like they could end the season 10-7. Well, it'd be 10-6-1, or whatever.
Yeah, 10-6-1.
But I had their record prediction for the year. They can end up making it the same way I think it is. They could end up dropping. Let's see. Streams only. Booner, this is for you. Overreaction or no? Does Booner talks too loud?
That's a question for you, Jeff. I don't think I talk that loud. Maybe my mic's turned up too loud.
No, I don't think you talk a lot. I think you're just you're a fired up individual. So,
yeah, is that a bad thing? That's not wrong, is it?
No, I love it. Especially, I mean, you guys see the watch parties.
People seem to guys like Streams Only complain about it. Turn it down. Don't you have a volume thing over there?
You're a juiced individual.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm passionate about what I do and what I love to do. Maybe just there's the volume on YouTube, just put it halfway instead of all the way up.
Let's see. Ben Burns, overreaction. This is Montgomery's Montgomery's last year in Detroit.
What's the contract look like? Hold on. Before we comment.
Good one.
I'll pull the contract up. So essentially what you're saying is
they replace him, because isn't he signed for 1 more year after that?
2 more after. He's through he has 2 more seasons, 26 and 27. This is an overreaction. He's going to be in Detroit until the end of his contract. There's no way that when you have probably the best running back duo in the NFL that you part ways, especially when you essentially have D-Mon already signed on a deal. So,
yeah, you know what though? I think
sure.
what they're prepping for, to be honest, is Montgomery signed until the last year of Jameer's contract. So after that, you got to take that money you're giving to Monty. Monty's done after that.
You got to find a new Monty at that point.
You got to find a cheaper Monty. Unfortunately, they got to pay Jameer, dude. Jameer's going to cost $20 million. So they have to pay.
Maybe D-Mont's cheaper at that point then. Because what do you think right now Demon is cap hit per year?
I think he's making
without
8.
looking. 8, yeah. So it's like, what are you going to get a cheaper Demont? What are you going to go 6, 5? Maybe Demont will take that because he's a little older at that point. And you can go 25 million in your running back room.
At that point, you have Jack, Brian.
Yeah,
Sam.
but what's 5 million a year difference from getting a running back at
I'm
3
telling
million?
you, I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's
I just
2 million difference.
with all the players they're paying. I think 5 would be like it really more is probably more important.
So you're saying you're going down there to get
It's like 1/3 of Jack's contract.
So how much are you going to be paying for your RB2 then, Jeff?
No, you draft one for $1 million.
So you wouldn't pay 4 million just to roll with Demont again?
Well, I'm not saying I think I love Monte. I'm just saying I think they might look at it like maybe you're right. Maybe they do bring him back. I just think all the contracts they'll be dishing out. It's probably better just to go draft someone in the 4th round. They're making $1 million.
You're not finding Demont in the 4th round, man.
They come out every year, bro.
Not Demont's, man.
Dude, they literally come out.
Demont's
Running backs
different.
come out every year.
Demont's different, Jeff.
Okay, Jahmyr Gibbs, I'll give you. We're not having this Demont's different than all these other running backs. Demont's a good running back.
He's different.
Okay. I mean, this guy.
I'm kidding, man. I can't see a 4th round running back being as good as Demont, though.
Yeah, like Josh Jacobs is a 2nd rounder. Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it 2nd round. We can use a running back in 2nd, 3rd round. I'm down. But 4th, man, that's where you get me.
Oh, 4th. I mean, 4th's more. I don't know. I was trying to be 4th, sourth, man. I don't give a shit. You draft a running back. There'll be some dude. Hey, who was a 4th round pick this year? Your guy, Scadaboo.
Yeah, Scadaboo. Shout out
4th
Scadaboo.
rounder.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say someone else. I don't even know who I was thinking. Scadaboo should not have been a 4th rounder.
No,
Who was a 4th rounder?
no, I was gonna be like, but start throwing out names. Saquon. I don't know.
I want to hold on. Let's do this real quick. Running back draft by year. Let's just see this real
Don't
quick.
look at that, Boone. You're gonna. Hey, there's some dogs in there.
My guy out of Virginia Tech, Byshul Tootin.
Yeah, he fumbles a lot though.
Yeah, but he's a 4th round
Tyrone
guy.
Tracy, 5th rounder.
Trevor Etienne, 4th round. Woody Marks, the Texans guy, 4th round. Dylan
Telling
Sampson, 4th round. Let's keep going here. Ollie Gordon, 6th round. The Bears set back up. Kyle Mananga, the guy.
7. See,
He's a 7th round.
People say I'm a hater for this shit.
The only problem is though, it's like you drafted running back Sione Vaki in the 4th round.
Don't draft a
And
safety.
behind Vaki's Braylon Allen, the guy that me and you that you loved out of Wisconsin.
By the way,
Tyrone
Bucky
Tracy's drafted after Sione Vaki. Did you say Bucky Irving?
Bucky Irving. Go look
Devin
at-
A-Chain, 6th round. Or no, 3rd,
Nice.
sorry.
No, see,
3rd.
Booner, this isn't good because
3rd.
now you're making me look good here. All
Yeah,
right, don't
3rd
do
round.
that. Don't
Hold
do
on,
that.
let me keep going. I want to keep going.
Jeff hates running backs.
Damian Pierce, 4th round.
I hate running backs. That's what I'm told. I hate running backs.
Tyler Algier, 5th round. Demont Comp, Tyler Algier, 5th round.
I'm telling you, bro. Demon is a surplus, or Demon.
Wow.
Running
Ramondre
back is a
Stevenson,
surplus position. There's a
Chuba Hubbard, 4th.
Oh, Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard. 4th round.
Yep.
Telling you, man.
I don't like what's happening here.
And Brad Holmes, just don't draft a safety that plays running back. Draft
Tony
a-
Pollard, 4th round.
Yeah, he don't like. Hey.
Oh no.
Man.
James Conner, 3rd.
I mean, you could do this, Booner. We could do this for the last 30 minutes. I mean, there's running backs that come on. This is a common thing.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess the problem is like you have to hit on them, right? Like if you're
Well, of
going to
course,
make that move, like you better pick the right guy. Or Brad Holmes, he's drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, hit, and then the 2nd running back he's drafted Sione Vaki in the 4th round.
Oh, whoa. Jamar Jefferson,
Oh, where's he?
7th rounder.
Where is he?
He's not playing. He's not on the roster.
So
But-
that's a
Well, that's on Brad though. I'm not. But here's the thing: I can tell you what's common. You got to figure it out. It happens in the NFL. That's on Brad's job to go get one, but it happens. Every GM does it. You know, it happens, man. All right, last one. Dark Flame. Colts and Rams will be the number 1 seeds. Overaction or no?
Colts and Rams will be number 1 seeds. No, I don't think
At all.
I wouldn't be shocked at all if those are your number 1 seeds on both sides, to be honest. I think both teams are really good and they have opportunities to. It's weird. We're halfway through the season, so like anything could happen. But like as of right now, if that happened, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I agree. I don't think it's no reaction at all. I think it's a fair point. Rams and Colts could be the number 1 seeds easily. That's why I think Jonathan Taylor and Matthew will be in the MVP conversation. I think Matthew's my MVP. I think he should win MVP. He doesn't have one in his career, so
Matthew Stafford. I was saying a last name Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford should win an MVP. Yeah, he's balling, dude, balling right now. And this was after me last year being like, I don't know. And Drake May is up there too. Drake May is
incredible.
He's balling
dude.
too. He's balling.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's him and Matthew and like John.
Yeah. So whoever stays consistent, if whoever can be consistent through the rest of the season will win it. I think those are the 3 that could win it. Drake May though, he's having I know Matthew Stafford's playing really well. This guy Drake May, dude. I mean, he has. I'm just looking at it. Yeah.
He's got like he's gonna end the year with like 500-600 rushing yards. I mean, his
completion percentage is like 5 more than Stafford.
Yeah, he's at 71%.
Yeah, his rushing that's there as well. He has 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and then on top of that, what does he have rushing wise too? 280, almost 300 yards rushing already as well. Like and they're what 7-2, 8-2 right now. It's incredible.
He's on pace to 4,500 yards. 30-something TDs.
By the way, I did the math today. This guy, Jared Goff, is almost on pace for like 4,400 or something and like 38 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like his best year yet.
And just no one's really talking about it.
It's crazy, dude. I didn't realize it until today. I was going through like quarterback stats today. And I was like, wait a second. I'm like, okay, so we're halfway through the year right now. Jared's like, he has like 2,200 yards. 20 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Like he's only behind it. The only player ahead of him in touchdowns is Matthew Stafford. Stafford has 2 interceptions. Jared has 3. So it's like he's kind of like right there with Stafford. Obviously the yards is a little different, but he's 200 yards less than Stafford, but 3 touchdowns and
no, he is balling, bro.
Yeah, Stafford. Yeah, think about how good Stafford's playing, and Jared's like right behind him in those stats.
Yeah, he's 20 like he said, 20 touchdowns, 3 picks, 74% completion percentage.
Yes, dude.
If he does it this year, he'll have back-to-back years with over a 70% completion percentage, which is hard to do. That's hard to do. He's at 74.
Passer rating's better. His passer rating's better than Stafford. He's taken more sacks, which is unfortunate, but yeah, like Stafford's thrown 40 more times than Jared Goff, and he has 200 more yards. So it's like give Jared Goff 20 more or 40 more times to throw. He's probably getting there. So it's like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked up too. Jared's been sacked 18 times. Drake May's been sacked 35 times.
That's so nuts, bro. Justin Herbert 33 times.
Dude, these guys are getting destroyed. I mean, like
imagine getting beat up that much, man. And those are 2 guys who are mobile too and can move around.
And they're still getting destroyed. Yeah, it's just how it goes, man. Let's see. I saw Silence comment. Crazy y'all's guy. Us? I don't know what the first part of that is. 20.
He's talking about Jared Goff. I literally this must have been before I even brought it up because I literally.
Maybe y'all's guy is 20-2 with a 74% completion percentage and gets 0 respect even from his fans. I think
he's talking about
Jared
20
Goff.
touchdowns. It's 3 interceptions. 74.
Yeah, but still, he deserves respect, bro.
Yeah, that's why. He could be in the MVP. He could be an MVP candidate as well with his stats.
That's why, and people say Lions fans don't respect him. I think there's a lot of Lions fans that respect him. I think there's some that maybe think they're waiting for the ball to drop. And I always answer the question the same when people ask when are the Lions going to draft a quarterback? I ask, why are you even talking about that?
You literally have a guy playing at an MVP level.
You're not drafting. Why would you draft a quarterback? He's 31 years old, bro.
Yeah.
He can play for another 3-4 years at this level. You're not drafting. I mean, Matthew's playing at this level at 36, and he is not mobile.
It's crazy, dude. Literally, the only person who has better stats across the board when you want to go stat for stat than Jared Goff is just Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
That's it. And Stafford's not that far ahead. And like you said, Stafford's balling out. You should be the MVP right now. You have a guy in your building that's essentially doing the same exact thing. Couple touchdowns short, like 2 touchdowns short. You're like, okay. So I'm right there with Silent. People do definitely need to maybe put a little bit more respect on Jared Goff's name and take a step back.
Keys Wisdom says if J-Mo caught his drops, Goff would have Stafford matched in yards.
Honestly, that's not the keys. Me and the Keys to Wisdom don't agree on a lot. I agree with that. Like wide open drops, the ones that are like in his hands, he actually probably would. And his completion percentage would be like 78.
Yeah, he's that's fair. Silence says the Lukas Klotz special of we've seen Goff's ceiling. I swear he said that
every offseason, dude. He did say this last offseason. He said that going into the year. He was like, there's no way he gets to where he was the year before. Then he did it. This year, he said it with John Moore. No way. He's on track to beat all of his career highs.
I mean, it's like, I don't know where people are coming from with that. It's like he threw 37 touchdowns last year. If that's his ceiling, I'll take it. That's a lot, dude. That's a shit ton of passing touchdowns. I mean, how many guys like people get? I don't know if people are still thinking of like Mahomes throwing for 50. How often are guys like you have guys rarely throwing for like close to 50 a year,
dude?
Like Aaron Rodgers did it for a couple years.
Justin Fields, his career high is 23. We're talking about 37.
37 passing TDs, dude. Like Josh Allen won the MVP, obviously in a different fashion. He didn't throw as many, but what's Josh Allen's career high? 37. But he also has a ton of rushing yards in that year.
Dude, well, by the way, Josh Allen had like 5 straight years of like 50+ touchdowns or something. Like I don't know if it was 50 or like 45.
Rushing, which that's obviously what
he like broke an NFL record.
But to throw 37 passing touchdowns is still for a guy that's basically he's a traffic cone. I'll take it.
He's very good at what he does. Honestly, I would be shocked if Jared continues to play the way he does and he's not at the NFL awards as a candidate again. I would be shocked.
Look at Jesse. I don't have a problem mentioning this. Jeff kept trying to tell us Hendon Hooker was good for 3 straight years. All right, to be fair.
Oh, wait, Jesse, we don't forget that.
To be fair, because I own that take. I own it completely. I didn't say he was good. I said I loved his potential, and I kept echoing it because we didn't really see him. So I can't really say the guy's elite. But I was telling you guys, he's got it. I know this guy's got it. I know what I saw. And I was wrong. He's actually terrible. He actually got cut by the Panthers last week. So it was more on potential, but I was wrong. Very wrong on that one. And Jared Goff did not allow that man to even sniff the backup quarterback position. So
I love the fact how you're like, I do own that take. It's like, yeah, dude, like there's no way you can't. All you did was talk about Hendon Hooker for 3 years.
Well, some people try and run from bad takes. I mean, I have no problem with it. I fired that Hendon Hooker one out. It was bad.
I don't know if people would have allowed you to run from it, dude. That was a pretty bold one. That was a big one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's other ones I definitely could bring up. I mean, players for sure. I mean, I always bring up the Emmanuel Forbes one. I thought he was going to be the next great corner, and he's
starting right now for the Rams, is he not?
Yeah, but his trajectory has not been what I thought it was going to be. Shout out Etienne. I know he's a starter over there, but oh god.
Can you name some players that I've swung and missed on? You hit me with a couple.
I don't know a lot. I don't really pay attention, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. I don't really pay attention to other people's like misses. I just worry about mine. I just think because mine. Just
I appreciate that. I kind of like that.
Not that I don't. I listen to what you say, but I don't want that to come.
I mean, you know some of mine for sure.
I mean, I don't really think honestly. You talk about like players.
I've had.
You would know. I mean, what I don't know.
Will Levis.
Okay.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean. Yeah, I mean that's I get
Broderick Martin. That's another big one, dude.
Broderick Martin. I have one more on the line.
Yeah, Michael Daly put it in there. Booner's Broderick Martin. I thought Broderick. I should give him one more year, man. You're right there.
Wait. Oh, Emmanuel Forbes has 2 picks. I knew it. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually hilarious.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, I can't really claim
that man has more picks than he does pounds on his body, dude.
He literally, bro. I mean, he has 2 picks this year.
Steve said I liked Malik Willis. I did not like Malik Willis. I liked Malik Willis because he was out of Liberty. I had a family that went to Liberty, so I watched him a lot. I will say I was not one of the ones that was like, bring me Malik Willis.
No, I'm very proud to say, and I know I don't remember you ever saying it. I'm
Never.
But I can know for a fact I avoided that one. Because you typically I'm the head and hooker, obviously.
Thank God, man.
Yeah, no, I did not. I don't know how the hell that man was a favorite to go top 5.
I have not yet, and I've pushed a lot about drafting quarterbacks in Detroit because you're going to need it at some point, right? Like we've talked about that a lot. I haven't pushed a quarterback to Detroit in the last 3 or 4 years, thankfully. I haven't seen one that I'm like, I'm waiting. There's going to be someone in the next year or two. I'm going to be like, that's the one that you need to get, and you need to like that's going to be your backup for Jared Goff, and that's going to be the future. I just haven't had you know, it has to be one of those moments where you do truly believe it. I just have not fully been like, yep, that one makes sense yet. But I am the one that's pushed. You always need to be drafting quarterbacks, so it's going to come around for me here soon.
By the way, Jesse got the story right. I got a buddy that goes to Mississippi State, and he goes, "This guy Emmanuel Forbes, man." and I was like, let me watch him. I was like, oh. So I thought I had some inside scoop there at Mississippi State.
You had a buddy that went to Mississippi State?
Yeah, a buddy of mine. His name's Cole. He goes there, and he said he's like, at the time, Emmanuel Forbes led the SEC in pick sixes. So he was like picking. I mean, this guy. I'm like, dude, this guy's electric, bro. Electric. And yeah, he's just. That's why, you know what, Brad Holmes' job is to hit at a high rate is a very hard thing to do, because what a player does in college, like look at Isaac Tesla, dude. He didn't do really anything at Arkansas, and look at the talent he has. Like you got to be a different breed to consistently find studs.
Yeah,
you got to be a different breed to find guys, especially if they didn't produce a lot in college. You know, then you're just finding dogs. It's just how it goes. All right, let's get to our power rankings. Let's get to it. All right, so we have our power rankings this week. It's Top 10 Tuesday. Me and Booner give our power rankings every single week. It's week 11. It's time to share what we have for the week. And Booner,
do you want me to go first? What?
Yeah, let's switch it up.
Why? What were you going to say, though, before we do it? By the way, I want to say this. Happy Veterans Day to everyone there. Kenyatta said, U.S. Marine Corps vet in the house. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. My pops was in the Army. I've had brothers. I've had my grandparents. Everyone. I've had a lot of family in the Army or in the military.
Yeah,
so happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day. I said it on yesterday's watch party. They people that defend our country allow us to yell at each other over a microphone. So,
yeah, it's one of the most amazing and the best things that anyone can do.
Yep. They risk their life so I can spew nonsense into a microphone. So
yeah, I think it's honestly it's actually amazing that there's like I have a lot of family. My pops that text them today, grandparents. It's awesome that people do that.
Yeah, those guys are fucking badasses, man. So
and did you watch the McAfee show today? They were at Paris Island, like where the Marines like train, and they did a show there, and they kept doing the hoorah. And they had a crowd. They had a crowd of Marines, and every time they did it, the whole crowd of the Marines would go hoorah! Like it was unbelievable. And then they had President Trump on there. McAfee kept asking Trump. He was like, "Can you give us a hoorah?" And Trump would do it on the phone. He wasn't even on there as a video. He was on the phone. And McAfee asked Trump like 4 times during the whole interview to do it, and the whole Marines just were like hoorah the whole time. It was incredible, dude. He did it while there was like Marines like running, like doing like training, and he like yelled it at them, and they're all like hoorah. It was if you ever watched that episode today or the show
I need
today,
you to do that as a soundbite. I need that whatever. I need that as a fucking soundbite where you just did the hoorah.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Right.
But no, it was awesome. That show was cool. So happy Veterans Day. Anyway, anyone who watches us, if you're watching us and you're a veteran, we love you and we thank you.
Can't get over you. Yeah, that's amazing. I just think it just made my whole night. Whatever the hell you just spewed out. That's great.
You didn't see all this?
No, I got to see it now.
Oh, dude, the clips are so funny, man. They're so funny. You gotta think, imagine like Trump over the phone doing it, and then the whole crowd being like, "Hoorah!" It's just so good, dude. It's so good. There's people in this office. There's people here doing carpets in the office next door. They're probably like, "What's happening right now?"
That's awesome.
What were we gonna say about the list, by the way, before we get into it?
Yeah,
I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Just like here, get it out there.
Honestly, I was going to say, all I was going to say is look forward to another week of battle.
I'm not arguing today. I'm not doing it.
All right.
I'm giving my list. I'm right now. Shout out to the chat. I'm just putting my.
Oh.
No way.
No, don't do that. No, he's lying.
That's got to be a joke, right? Trevor gets it. Me and Trevor, man. You know what? As much as Trevor goes at me a lot, man, I do love the guy.
Yeah, he didn't get suspended. That was bad.
Are you sure?
No. I don't see nothing. So where's he getting his information? Where's he get that?
He really got it. Look at he got us. He knows what he's doing. That guy knows how to get under us, our skin. I swear, I respect Trevor for how good he is at trolling me and you. He's good at it.
It's crazy.
It's only you can only tip the cap.
All right, let's get to it, Booner. Tell me why your top.
I'm not arguing.
Is there? I'm not arguing.
I'm not arguing today. I'm not doing it, man. All right, I'm starting at number 10. I do have. What do you think? What's so funny over there, Jeff? Huh?
Dude, you just kidding. You've been funny. I don't know what's gotten into you last 10 minutes, dude. I think you just now you're making me laugh now. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm not arguing though. All right, we're starting this thing off at number 10. I have the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. 3-game win streak, by the way, the Chargers. I took out, who did I take out? Don't remember who I took out, but I loved the Chargers win this week. They've won 3 straight games. They're sitting at 7-3 right now, only 3 losses, and they actually beat a Steelers team that I like and that I think is a top 15 team. That's probably like 11 to 15. And Jeff, they kind of handled them pretty good, 25-10. Like it wasn't
dominated them, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a close game. Like the Chargers actually looked like a really, really, really good football team. I took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out. So right now, I think you have to give respect to this Chargers team. I don't think I've had them in my top 10 since like maybe weeks 1 or 2. And all of a sudden, you blink, it's week 10 now, and they're sitting there at 7-3, and you're like, wait a second, they've won 3 straight. They had a couple tough losses, and now they're back. And I know Joe Alt's. I don't know if he's in or I don't know what's going on with Joe Alt. This guy gets hurt all the time, Jeff. This guy,
dude, I know, he does.
It's insane. It's like, dude, can we just if they just had an offensive line that stayed healthy, they would be like a Super Bowl contender. Legit. Like this Chargers team's that good. That defense is good. They have good weapons now. If Amarion Hampton gets healthy, like that's a good football team. Number 9, Jeff, I did it. I dropped the Bills down really, really, really low. I haven't had the Bills this low in like 4 years, dude.
From 1 to 9 in a week is crazy.
I mean, dude, they just keep losing though. I don't know what to do. I tell you though, I'm honest with you, and I'm honest with you. I do these by a week basis. Like, if this, what is this team like this week? Some people like to do it. Klotz always love to do it. Projection. I don't like that. It's like, what were you like this week? They weren't like. They have a good football team. They got dominated by the Dolphins, and I can't feel good about myself if I have a 6-3 Bills team in the top 5 that just lost by $50 million to the Miami Dolphins and Tua and Mike McDaniels, who's driving next to Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale with his windows down trying to pick up girls. Like, I can't do that, dude. Like, it's embarrassing. It's a tough loss, man. I have more respect for myself than to have the Bills in the top 5. As much as I love that team and love Josh Allen, I can't do it. At number 8, this was a team last week. I had them at number 10. And Klotz texted me, was like, you shouldn't have the Broncos in your top 10 at all. They suck. No, the Broncos don't suck. Bo Nix sucks.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Like 7 straight.
Dude, they've won 7 straight football games. They're 8-2 right now. And I don't care what you say about them. Like, you could argue this should be a top 5 team. Like, if they had a competent quarterback that could do anything, they would be a top 5 team in the NFL. They've literally won 7 straight games. No one can beat this team. And it's like, at some point, you could be like, yeah, this team sucks, man. They're so bad. It's like, why do they keep winning then? Like, it's the National Football League. Like, 7 wins is incredible. And on itself, they've won 7 straight. Like, that's incredible to me. So I give them the respect there. Number 7, this is where people, I think, and then listen, Jeff, not arguing today. We're no arguing.
No arguing. Right.
I moved the Eagles down just because I don't like what I see out of the Eagles. Like, I think they have a very good team. I still think, one, they're NFC contenders. I think if you're in the top probably 8, 9, you're a contender. Like, are the Bills still Super Bowl contenders? 100%. But this week they sucked. They did not look like a top 5 team this week. That's why they're at 9 for me. The Eagles, yeah, you won 10-7. Cool. Good for you. That was the worst football game I've ever seen in my life. If you're going to be like, watch that football game and be like, that's a top 5 team, you're wrong. Are they still a Super Bowl contender to win the NFC? 100%. But they're not a top 5 team in football right now, because there are teams right now. And Jeff, I know you're probably going to have the Eagles top 5. My point, like, there are teams right now in football that are just good, like really good.
The Chiefs?
Yeah, well, the Chiefs, yeah, they lost, but the Chiefs are just good. Like, if the Chiefs and Eagles played tomorrow, guess who's winning? Chiefs. Chiefs. We're not arguing. We're not arguing today. We are not arguing today. I'm not arguing. We're not doing it. My list is my list. My list is my list today. At number 6, I had the Detroit Lions. Obviously, I could put the Lions in the top 5. I want to see what they look like versus the Eagles. Commanders suck. So it was cool to see them win. It was cool to see them dominate, put up 44 points. That was sick. I still want to see more out of them, and I want to see them do it versus a really good football team, because they keep doing it versus bad teams. I want to see them do it versus a legit football team, which hopefully my number 7 team on my rankings here, it's number 6 versus 7 this week. It's a big top 10 matchup in the Booner top 25. So we get to see that matchup this Sunday night. Number 5, honestly, I could have moved this team up above the Chiefs, Jeff. Patriots have won 7 straight games too, and they look incredible.
They're literally, bro, one of the hottest teams in football.
So are the Broncos. So are the Broncos.
I know, but the Patriots beat the Bills too, bro.
I think the Chiefs are really good, dude.
I know. You love.
I think the Chiefs. I just think the Chiefs are good, man. When you have Mahomes and that roster and that,
dude, I will tell you this. I'll make it better right now. This man the Chiefs will not be.
Hand up. Can I be honest with you? Hand up. Can I be honest with you? Yeah. I only put them in my top 5 because I've been arguing it for the last 2 weeks. That's it. If I didn't argue the Chiefs top 5 the last 2 weeks as much as I did,
respect the hell out of it. Like, I really
they would have been probably 7th or 8th in this list. The fact that I've gone to battle with you on this, I was like, I cannot take them out of the top 5.
Dude, it's just funny because you're like, the Patriots, they're like one of the hottest teams in football, and we're getting them a team that's literally 5-4, bro. But I respect it though. You've been loyal. You've been loyal to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I just think as a team, like, the record doesn't show for the Chiefs, but I think the team as a whole is a really good football team. I go based off of how I think the team is. Like, is it actually a good team? I don't care what the losses look like. Like, and I still think they're a top 5 team in the NFL right now. Technically, I think they're maybe 6, 7, but back of my head, I'm putting them at 4. But I do love the Patriots. I probably could have the Patriots at 4. And this is where I have my 1, 2, 3. I have the Rams at 1, Seahawks 2, Colts 3. I think these are the best 3 teams in football right now, hands down. Rams just keep dominating, and I know we've had this argument, Jeff, where there's like the Rams haven't played anyone good. You know what the Rams did this week that I've been kind of waiting for?
What?
I bet you could guess it. Can you guess it?
No, I really can't. What is it?
Nah, they haven't done anything different. They've won 4 straight games by like 30 points, dude. They've got me, dude. They you know, I kept saying like, oh, they needed, dude. They've won 4 straight games by like 30 points. It eventually catches up to me, so I got to throw them at number 1. Seahawks. I legit think, whether you think the Seahawks haven't played anyone or not, I legit think the Seahawks could win the Super Bowl if the Lions don't. Like, I legit think that defense is incredible, and like I'm like personally like. I do not want to see the Seahawks in the playoffs. Like, I would love to go through, like, I don't know. I'd rather play the Rams and the Eagles, but the Seahawks, that defense scares me to bejesus. You know, that saying. And then number 3, the Colts, man. I think the Colts are also incredible. They've won, 1 straight?
You've won 1 straight. It's crazy. One straight.
Oh no. Yeah, no, they won one straight, but no, the Colts they're a fun football team. I think they're probably the third best team of football right now.
Bro, dude, this is the funniest. I mean, this last 20 minutes, dude, I can't stop. I mean, this is just. I mean, at this point, I don't know why anybody watches this show. Honestly, I appreciate you all. This is great.
Oh man, that's
you know
the
what?
best, dude.
I will say, this is one of my favorite top 10 Tuesdays. I think this is great.
Oh no.
Now let me. Okay, no arguing. All right, can we agree?
No, we're not. I'm not arguing tonight, man.
All right, this is
Too long of a day for me today.
Eagles at 2, baby. We're going there. Yeah. Let me tell you something. All right.
They're not. Okay, we're not arguing. There's no way the Eagles should be at 2.
All right.
That's disgrace. The Eagles over the Seahawks and the Colts and the Patriots?
Yes.
All 3 of those teams would beat the Eagles tomorrow.
I think the Eagles, although they did not look good last night, I think their schedule, I think they've played some good teams and they've beaten some good teams. They've also lost to the Giants. So I would understand if you want to bump them down a couple spots. I think they're a top 4 team. I wouldn't put them lower than 4. I'd put them at 2 because I think they're bad. I think, in my opinion, if they played the Seahawks and they played the Patriots, I think the Eagles would win that game. I do. Because I think football's a game of matchups. But if you want to say who's playing better, I would put the Eagles there at 7-2, and they've beaten some good teams. But I'm not going to be mad at you if you think the Seahawks or Patriots are better. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm not going to be mad at it. I got the Colts at 5. Pretty much a similar 4 of 5. You have the Chiefs. I have the Eagles in there, so we basically just swapped out. I have the Lions at 6, Chiefs at 7, where they should be. I think they're a top 7 team. Ahead of the Bills, because even though they lost to the Bills, but I still think the Chiefs, they were at a bye week, so I didn't want to move them. They were at 7 last week, so I didn't really know what to do with them. The Bills lost to the freaking the Dolphins, beat the Panthers, beat the Chiefs, lost to the Dolphins. So they fall to 8, Broncos at 9, Chargers at 10. So we have a similar list, but the 2 big ones are where you have the Chiefs, where I have the Eagles. That's really the big part of this whole list. It's just how it is. Okay. Maybe part of your Chiefs loyalty is leaking into my Eagles loyalty.
Listen, I think me and you both can agree. Let's agree on this.
The Eagles are 7-2. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, but they still they're not the second best team in football. I think we could agree with this. You're moving the Eagles up because you just have some bias towards them, and I'm moving the Chiefs. I can admit I'm moving the Chiefs up for the same reason.
Yeah, let's just cut.
So we could both agree. Let's say this. Let's be honest. I'll move my Chiefs from 4 to 7 or 8 if you move your Eagles from 2 to 5.
Wait, who's in it? Oh, because the Colts would be higher, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you just move those 3 teams up. Eagles at 5. I'll move the Chiefs. I'll move my Chiefs back behind the Eagles and the Lions.
4, and you got a deal.
No, Colts. You can't do that to Danny Dimes. They're 8-2. They've won 8 games.
The Eagles have won 7. Bro.
You're literally, your argument with the Eagles is they've won 7 games. It's like the Colts won 8.
Well, they've beaten better opponents.
I don't care about that. I say we just make that deal. Come on, dude. That's a good deal.
All right, let's make a deal. Fine.
All right, so you have the Eagles at 5. I have the Chiefs at 8.
All right, that's fine.
I move the Eagle. I move my Chiefs back. I move the Chiefs back to 8.
It averages out. That's what the averages would be.
Basically. So the Eagles are at 5. Chiefs are at 8.
Okay.
That's a good deal. I think we really.
I don't have to have them at 8. I mean, I'd have them at 7 if you want to keep them at 7.
To be honest, too, you kind of win this deal because when I move the Chiefs back, it moves your Eagles up 1 in the rankings too. So now I have the Eagles at 6 all of a sudden.
Yeah, we can do Chiefs at 7. We don't have to go 8.
Well, no, because the Eagles are at 7, so it pushes the Eagles back then for in mine. I'm doing a good deal for you. I'll move the Eagles up 1 if you move the Colts up 1 and go 4 there, and it's a good deal. Yeah.
What a trade. I mean, we agree on this. NFC kind of dominates
right now. Yeah.
Not really, actually. Wait, no, I think that's completely.
Patriots, Colts. Rams, Seahawks.
Oh, it is 3 of the 5 of the NFC. So yeah, actually, yeah. Who would have thought we'd be talking Patriots and Colts?
I was thinking the same thing. Even Seahawks, Patriots, Colts, Seahawks in the top like that. It's incredible. I love it though. That's the NFL for you.
Yeah, it really is, man.
What's crazy too, by the way, We're gonna find out literally this week with your whole like Eagles Eagles at 2, Lions at 6. Like they play. Like it's gonna work itself out on Sunday.
Who plays? Chiefs play the Broncos.
Yeah, so we're gonna really figure this thing out.
And then the Colts play the who? Who the Seahawks? Who they play? Don't they play a good team? Let me see. I thought
there is one really good game at like.
Oh, they play the Rams.
Oh wow,
dude, that's gonna be a game. That'll tell you a lot about the
Seahawks Rams.
Yeah.
Who do the Colts play? You said the Colts.
Oh, I don't actually. Maybe I was
Colts have a bye week. Seahawks Rams.
Seahawks.
That's a good match. That Seahawks defense versus that Rams offense.
Let's see. Ghetto Boy Juan says, mailbag, you guys owe Klotz an apology for dogging his Rams and Colts takes. Well,
no, Colts was last year. I got the Colts this year.
Colts was last year. Klotz didn't take them this year. And the Rams take, I was always on
yes. And by the way, me and Jeff were on Klotz's side with the Rams. We all just said, at least for me, I just said they weren't going to be the number one team in the NFC. I said they're still going to be good.
I thought that at the time I was like, I can see this happening. The Rams I thought were as dangerous as the Eagles.
And by the way, no apology for the Colts. I was the Colts guy this year.
Yeah, he was a year.
I told everyone about.
Klotz will tell you he was a year early.
And then he said, "Booner, you got this one." He's giving me that Colts one this year.
Yeah, he was a year early on those.
Got a boy on. They are number one, but they're the end of season. Are they the number one team in the NFC?
Let's see. By the way, I see Xavier D mailbag. Would you guys do 2-minute boxing rounds for content?
I don't think so.
If I thought about this. All right. You see all these YouTubers doing like YouTube boxing or like the content boxing. I would 1,000% do it, seeing how much money these people are making.
If the money was there, I would do it.
If they approached me and gave me an undisclosed amount, a lot of money to go get punched in the face.
Yeah, I would get knocked out for $500,000.
I'd fight Jake Paul.
No, I mean I probably wouldn't fight Jake Paul, but I would fight someone. Well, you do got to understand, like what they do is they put you up against someone you're like similar size to, and
then I got it.
So like I don't know who I would fight. Do you watch Good?
Yeah.
Who's the new guy that they have?
I don't know.
It's like Sploosh or something.
I don't know the new guy.
I mean that'd be like my fight. It would be like me and him.
If me and Boone boxing, if me and Boone both got, we'd have to negotiate.
$500K
got paid. We'd hop in there undisclosed.
100%. Yeah.
Maybe we negotiate.
But, I mean, I think I would need maybe 5 or 6 months to get ready to get in shape. But I would do it,
dude. I would do it.
It would have to be a good money though.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I would not do it for here's 10,000. Like it would have to be like a couple $100,000.
Yeah, these
and we're wearing the heads thing that they wear. In the celebrity boxing matches, they do wear the head thing. I'm wearing the head thing.
Yeah, I want to get paid. All right, that's how it goes.
Hey, keys wisdom. Jeff knocks Booner out. Okay, I made money.
Guess what?
Not care.
The result of the match doesn't quite. I just want to get paid.
Yeah, right? I do not care at all, dude. I'll go in there and just get hit 100 times. And if that check cashes, I'm in.
I'm not getting CTE for free. Okay, we're getting.
I already have it. I'm not getting another concussion for free.
It's fair. We appreciate you all.
Well, by the way, Keys Wisdom says Booner is just not athletic at all. No coordination. Can we?
No, Booner. I will say I'll have your back on this. He's a sneaky athlete. He was obviously an athlete, but even at this point in time, he's a sneaky athlete.
Okay, I was about to say
he's well versed. He can golf. He can bowl. He can play cornhole. He can play
shoot.
He can play darts. He can still shoot the rock. Booner's listen.
I could sling a football. Tight end.
He's a well versed but that's how you want it to be, Boone. You want guys to sleep on you. That's how.
I don't care, dude.
Because then you walk in there and you know what I mean.
I'll meet some of these people in person one day, and they're gonna be like, "Wait a second, dude." I mean, how many people I've met that watch our shows over the last 4 years, and they're like, "I didn't realize you were this tall, Booner. I thought you were short." Like, what, dude? What?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with a DOC. Before we get out of here, I do got to tell you about our friends over at Prestige Worldwide, and then that'll send us out of the show. So shout out to them and Frank and the fellows for sponsoring us. So take some time, business owners. You're going to want to know about Prestige Worldwide. But we'll catch you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Until then, I've interrupted the show to tell you about our friends over at Prestige Worldwide Vending. State-of-the-art vape vending machines that can boost sales to any venue, business owners, or anyone that has an establishment that customers are coming in and out of. Prestige Worldwide Vending can help not only attract new customers, but keep customers inside your establishment. Nicotine users that leave to go get nicotine, it'll be right in the place they're at. 32-inch touchscreen, customizable advertisement, which is sweet, by the way. Age verification software to scan IDs confirming age, pre-sale if required. You can pay cash, credit, debit, or mobile. Mobile payments are also accepted, and you get paid when they get paid. It's a win-win. You make your customers happy. You make money on the side. And of course, working with a company like Prestige Worldwide Vending, who is on the up and up, can only benefit your business. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show. Now let's get back to it.